Cardinals, they got a couple of good players on their own. Their quarterback, Matthew Carlson, thrown over for 1,000 yards so far. They just have to try to rush him and keep him contained and make it a low-scoring game, at least for their side, because they don't want to find themselves in a situation like they did.
Pregame continues, getting you ready for tonight's matchup here on KNSI.
Sports Network, along with
Vikings fans,
here
the
in
pigskin is flying. Hats are popping, and Shields wants to know, are you geared up? Got a jersey that needs retiring? Need a brand new hat with some fresh luck? For everything you want to wear, wave, sit on,
that they do,
toss
and
around, drink from,
especially in the run game.
And stick to
right
your
now,
car.
it's going to be ridiculous.
I
expect no less than like 8,000 yards out of both teams. And that's going to be one of those deals where,
according to the MSHSL, in 2013 to 2014, there were almost 233,000 student athletes in Minnesota. That's
show up right away in games. So if Alexandria can get their run game going right away, early and often, that could get out of hand for Tech for what we've seen in the past couple games where they get behind. Both games that they've lost, Tech gets behind right away. That's what Alexandria is going to want to do. Run early, run often. I was watching some of their play call charts from last week. It was run, pass, run, touchdown.
And because they run so well, that makes their passing effective, because they pass the ball for quite a few yards as well. On the ground, as you were talking about the rushing there, Nolan Morikawa, 686 yards rushing on the season, over 7 yards per attempt. That isn't bad.
No, that's definitely the opposite of bad, Barry Hine, because when you have a run game like that and you have an offensive line like they do, just young and hungry type, this team is set to be good for quite some time, actually. So this, like you said, is going to be a very tough test for the Tech Tigers, and we have not seen their defense show up right away in games. If there was ever a time for their defense to be the defense that we saw the first half of last season, this game has to be it.
And we talked a little bit about the running making their passing effective. Matthew Carlson having a good year, 64% completion percentage on the year, over 1,000 yards passing, just about 9 yards per attempt. He's got 11 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions on the year, over 210 yards passing per game as well. So they will throw that quick play action on you and catch you off guard.
It's not one of those deep passing threats either. It's one of those that set up from the run game. They'll go to the outside every once in a while, but it's those quick hitters. You think the run's coming, then all of a sudden they'll do that quick 5, 6, 7 yard hitch, and then all of a sudden they're gone.
The receiver you're going to have to keep an eye on is Kristen Hoskins as well. He's got 600 yards receiving on the year. So they can hurt you several different ways, a lot of yards and a lot of ways to beat you. So as a defense, that certainly is a test when you come in on the road against a good team like that.
For me, during some of the prep work earlier today, this has to be the Isaiah Green game. This is the game where we got to see the kid be that top 100 prospect that we're thinking he's going to be on the Tech defense. We got to see him wreak havoc. When he's not in there early in the games, when his mind's not right, Tech's not right. We got to see him get pressure on that 3-4 front, and he's the guy that Tech needs on defense. We got to see him be bold. Like the games that they've ran away with, it's because he's just been, even the Apollo game, when he saw, 20 snaps total, and he was still wreaking havoc in the back. Like, offense, defense, this has to be the Isaiah Green game, and I expect it to be.
He comes in with 25 tackles on the year. He missed a week in there a couple weeks ago as well. So we'll see how he performs tonight. On the offensive side of the ball for the Tech Tigers, they can beat you several ways as well. Nate Trevick, very good quarterback, 63% completion percentage on the year, 1,228 yards total, 9 yards per attempt. He's got 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the year, throws for over 245 yards per game. His quarterback rating is 101 on the year as well. Fedema and Kedrick Oswara, the two-headed running monsters, 733 yards on the year for Kedrick Oswara and 547 for Troy Fedema. They both average 7 or above yards per attempt. 6 touchdowns on the year for Oswara, 8 for Fedema. So that's how they beat you on the ground. Plus, receiving, they've got Fedema, their leading receiver as well. So he's been doing a lot of work on offense this year. He's got 465 yards receiving, 350 for Sam Oster, 150 for Chris Schmidt, and I missed Kedrick Oswara. He's got 157 on the year as well. So a lot of different stars on their offense that they could go to and beat you with.
A lot of the same ways, like these teams kind of match up really well because they should be used to what the defense or the offense is doing from the defensive side because they want to do the same thing. It's not that down the field passing game. It's not that down the field passing attack. It's that quick 6-7 yard hitch. A lot of times Fedema on his passes, he's getting it 1 yard from the line of scrimmage and seeing what he can do with it. The kid right now is running lights out coming back from that injury. And it was kind of funny at the beginning of the season where he wasn't even getting touches. Like he was just getting the catches. He wasn't even getting the carries. And now he's getting the carries, and that helps the diesel, Kedrick Oswara, do his thing, man. Because watching these guys in that 1-2 punch, that's exactly what John Benson wants to do. And the problem with Tech and in games like this, they're not in games like this. They're coming from behind, so they don't even get their running game going. Last week, what were they down? 18-0 before it was and then all of a sudden they got to play from behind. 5 turnovers. Got to get that run game going right away. Need that offensive line to get some dirty work in and make John Benson happier that way.
You mentioned that game last week. Tech lost to Bemidji 53-34. A big part of that was the 5 turnovers that Tech had in that game. Obviously, you don't want to do that. You want to minimize those. Alexandria, that's their only loss on the year, too, is to Bemidji. It was a much closer game. 28-26 was the final in that one. So obviously this is a good football team. Just another one of the ways that tells you they're a very good football team is they've played a good Bemidji team very closely.
When you see the like opponents like that and you see the disparity in the losses, 2 points, 20 points, one of those things where you think, okay, well, Alexandria is just going to roll because they're home. I don't see that happening. If Tech can get their run game going right away, like if they can get involved right away, get their offensive line, big, meaty offensive line. This is their bread and butter, offensive line. They need them to get going right away, and then their defense has to show up. If their defense can actually play full 4 quarters, I see this game being like a 27-25, 23-20, something like that, 21-20, missed 2-point conversion somewhere along the lines. I want to see that. I want so badly, so I'm trying to speak this into existence, but this Alexandria football team is very good.
Make it so, Justin Ekstrom.
I am trying so hard. Like, as a broadcaster, you try really hard to make things come to happen. Like, this is going to be a great game. No matter what, do not stop listening. This is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, at some point, we got to realize we have no bearing on what happens out there. Just let it go. But we do like to try to steer things if we can, don't we? The Northwest Partners pregame continues. We are on the countdown to the M&H Appliance kickoff, along with Justin Ekstrom in Alexandria. I'm Barry Hine, and I don't know if I'd call it a beautiful night for football. It could be worse, but 46 degrees right now. Feels like 39. We'll have a low of 35 tonight. And we've got a slight breeze blowing in. Nothing really to speak of, but not real warm out there. How did you feel about nights like these when you're playing football, Justin?
When I was playing football, any type of sport, nights like this, it did not matter. Like me, I was a farm boy, man. Like I was basically literally bred for nights like this.
Born with a layer of fur on.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
This type of thing didn't matter when I was roofing. Those types of things. This type of weather did not matter to me. And I can tell you right now, as I see from some of the offensive linemen going sleeveless tonight, they don't care either.
Did you get up for roofing as much as you got up for a football game? I'm confused by that statement.
I'm just saying, like, I didn't care because weather did not affect me.
All right,
you're a weirdo.
You're a weirdo.
I am definitely a weirdo. That's exactly it.
Hey,
welcome to the show, Justin Ekstrom. I am not Tom Terrar. I'm just really, really weird. This is going to be fine. This is going to be fine.
It's weird for me to be the tallest guy in the booth. I don't know how to deal with this, that's for sure. We're moments away from the M&H Appliance opening kick time now for the national anthem as we get set to go here in Alexandria with the Tech Tigers and Alexandria Cardinals on the KNSI Sports Network. just about underway here on the KNSI Sports Network. And you can send it back to us in the studio anytime you want back there. Todd Simpson, back in the KNSI Sports Studio. And they put 12 minutes up on the clock, and we're moments away from the M&H Appliance kickoff here inside the booth. Alexandria High School, beautiful stadium here.
It really is a nice setup.
The Tech Tigers may have talked to these guys about the stadium when they were thinking about building theirs, because some similarities. KNSI Sports Network, high school football. Tech Tigers running out onto the field, and they will receive Troy Fedema, the deep man, back on his own 10-yard line. Tech in their white away unis with the orange trim and the black helmets with the orange trim. Lincoln Benson, one of the upbacks, and Hunter Stoltz, the other one. They're on their own 20. Fedema back on his own 8-yard line. And now the Alexandria Cardinals come out in their home red and black unis with white trim, black helmets. And we're moments away from getting this one kicked off.
I always thought that red, white, and black, sharp look. Sharp look for football. Sharp look for a lot of sports, I think.
Absolutely is.
I, of course, was a Malacca Wolf, so, I mean, I was quite partial to those colors.
This is taking you back right now?
They look quite similar.
Sean Hawk, the kicker for the Alexandria Cardinals. He's got it teed up on the 40 on the near hash, the left hash. Here comes the M&H Appliance kickoff. Friday Night Lights just about to be underway here on the KNSI Sports Network, and there it is, high kick. Fedema comes up, takes it at the 20, short kick, runs straight up the middle, spins off a tackle, hit, turned around, and backs his way across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And that is where the Tech Tigers will set up shop here on the first drive. They'll be heading left to right from our vantage point in the press box here at Alexandria Area High School. So Nate Trevix brings the troops out. See what the Tech Tigers come up with on drive number 1.
They got to have it. They got to get it going a lot quicker than they did last week.
3 wide and the pistol. And the fumble on the handoff. And I believe Trevick got on it quickly. It was an intended handoff to Kedrick Oswara. And a miscommunication. The Tech Tigers will lose a couple of yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and 13 coming up.
I think Oswara had no intentions whatsoever of grabbing that ball. I think a different play. He thought a different play was going to be called.
They do hand it off this time. Oswara gets the lost yardage back plus a yard. 3rd and 9 coming up. It's tough when you put yourself behind the 8 ball to start the game like that.
Not exactly what you want to do with Tech Tigers.
I want to say thanks to Clearwater Travel Plaza, where there's more in store for you. There's the snap. Trevick passes out to his right, intended for Gallardi. He went up, tried to make a one-handed catch, cannot do it. Incomplete. 4th and long coming up, and Tech will go 3 and out on their first possession.
Exactly what we were saying. They just couldn't do right now. Now this gas defense is going to be behind the 8 ball once again.
The punter, Sam Oster, comes out. Back to return for the punt team is number 23, Gavin Ashmore. There's a low spinning kick, and it's going to bounce across the 40, out of bounds on the near sideline. The return man, by the way, was 27, Blake Holscher instead, not Ashmore. The ball's going to go out around the 30-yard line of the Cardinals. And that's where they'll start their offense here on their first possession. So Matthew Carlson, the 6'1 senior quarterback, number 7, bringing his troops out there. We talked about him, and they use the run to set up the play-action pass, and they won't throw it necessarily deep downfield, but they've got some athletes that once you get the ball to them in space, they can create havoc in the defense.
It's an offense that can put up 21 points without even thinking sometimes, so this could be some fireworks right away.
Carlson in the gun, running back next to him. Hands it off, and the ball's on the turf as, Carlson kept it. The Tech Tigers on top of it. There to pick up the fumble was number 32, Tim Walter. It was a fake handoff and a quarterback sneak around the edge, and he got hit. He got the ball stripped, and Walter fell on it. Tech Tigers come up with a big play on defense to get the ball back.
Walter was right there to make the tackle, too. Perfect form tackle, and he recovered. That is exactly the start that Tech Tigers needed on defense. Maybe they can capitalize now and get a little bit of that spark back that they had in the beginning of the season.
Trevick fakes the handoff, and he gives it to Fedema on the wing back around, and he gets tackled for a loss. The defense up to the task there, tackling back on the 36-yard line. A loss of a couple brings up 2nd and 12.
One of the strengths of the Alexandria defense is their run defense also.
And they hand it off left side, and plenty of room for Oswara. Spun down across the 30-yard line to about the 27. Gain of about 8 there. No, wait, they're putting it up on the, I'm sorry, it was the 22-yard line, not the 27. No, they give him the first down. Moves the sticks, hand off to Oswara right side. He lowers his shoulders, forces his way across the 20-yard line to the 19. It's going to be a gain of about 3, 2nd and 7 on the way here. Come up on 10 minutes to go, scoreless on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Trevick. It's the wing back around to Fedema across the 20 and breaks out of a tackle. Still on his feet, breaks through another tackle down near the 5-yard line. Nice big run by Fedema. Gets down to the 6. That's a gain of 13. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6 for the Tech Tigers. What a run by Troy Fedema.
Fedema just does not go down. He is so elusive, especially coming around that right side, just making one guy miss, another guy miss.
Hand off to Oswara. Side steps. Jump cut inside the 5, hit and driven back. Stopped at the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from there. I want to say thanks to the law office of Bradshaw and Bryant, seeking justice for the injured. And off to Oswara, right up the gut, hit, spun off it, and drags a defender into the end zone, I believe. We're waiting for the call. Looked like he got in. They're going to say he's short, or they're going to talk about it. And it's going to be 3rd and goal from inside the 1. Looked like from my angle he got there.
I think what happened was the ball started working his way down his chest, and it was kind of on the low point.
And off to Oswara, right side, lowers his shoulders, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. 9:14 to play in the first quarter. I want to say thanks to Shields when it comes to gear and expert advice. They're right there with you and right there in St. Cloud in the Crossroads Mall. Well, nothing fancy, just we're going to come right at you. Win up front, and you can win that play every time at the half-yard line.
What do we got going on here?
Offset, they do this a lot on their 2-point conversions. To Trevick, option right, pitches it to Fedema. Fedema lowers his shoulder, hit and driven out of bounds. Inside the 1, did not get in. You hear the Alexandria crowd appreciating the defense. It's 6-0 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. We will be back with the kickoff next. You're listening to watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Twins up 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd against the Yankees in New York. Wow.
Todd Simpson kind of had me excited, and he's like, oh, no, and then Marwin Gonzalez dropped the pop fly. It's not going good.
Just give us the positive stuff. Leave that other stuff out.
They can be down 13-2 now the next time you say it, and we won't even know.
6-0 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. I want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards.
Well, if you're the Tech Tigers, you got to be extremely happy with what happened. Giving it over on downs, now you're only gaining 1 yard, then getting the ball back immediately after one play, going up 6-0. Of course, you'd like to be up 8-0 right now at this point, but, I mean, you're exactly where you want to be.
Fedema's got it teed up on his own 40. Kicks it, squibs it to the left, bounces off one of the upbacks. He picks it up, runs to the right, hit, struggles forward to about the 40-yard line. is number 45, Sam Botner. And the Alexandria Cardinals will have the ball there.
That's an up-back's dream, getting that squib and seeing what you can do. You're not going to touch the ball very often, so you gotta see what can happen. Made a little bit out of nothing there after he initially dropped it.
Good field position in any case for the Alexandria Cardinals to start this drive. Their own 40-yard line.
Go Cardinals.
Carlson in the gun. Hands off to Morikawa. No, he kept it on the play action. He finds his receiver across the middle, darts across midfield, across the 45 to the 43-yard line. 17-yard gain quickly to Kristen Hoskins, their leading receiver.
Here comes their hurry up that they love to do right away. The ball barely gets set, and here they go at it again.
Carlson keeps it again, runs out to the left, tucks it and runs across the 40 out to about the 36-yard line, a gain of about 8 there. 2nd and 2 coming up. Faked the handoff and was either going to throw it out in the flat or it was designed to look that way, and he kept it. In any case, 8-yard gain.
He is so quick. He knew exactly what he was going to do right away.
Handoff to Morikawa. He jump cuts across the 35 down to the 33, a gain of 3. That'll move the sticks. First down, Alexandria.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's another Cardinal. First down. Move those chains. Right.
Gotta love and appreciate the Alexandria crowd coming through on the mic.
Yeah, I don't know that that's true, but okay. You feel how you feel about it.
Hey, it's the home crowd. You can't tell me how to feel, Barry.
I'm not trying to tell you how to feel. I'm just trying to convey how I feel, I think. Carlson out to the left quickly to his leading receiver, Hoskins. He's got a couple of quick yards on the near sideline. He gets across the 30 to, I'm trying to see where they're spotting it, about the 28-yard line. That'll be, they're going to put it on the 27. That'll be a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 on the way.
That's exactly what we were talking about, just those quick outs, quick little hitches that get you a whole bunch of yards because the defense isn't ready.
And they'll fake that handoff to freeze the linebackers to give them a few extra yards before they can get there, keeping them off balance. Handoff to Morikawa. Plenty of room across the 25, the 20. Cuts to the near sideline, jumps around a tackler, and now is finally tackled inside the 10 at about the 6-yard line. A 21-yard gain will give them 1st and goal in deep in Tech Tiger territory.
Bunch of good deeks out of Morikawa just to go and then get ahead of steam all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Matthew Carlson again in the gun with Morikawa to his left. Hands it off again. Morikawa hit and struggles forward to about the 3-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and goal from there. I want to say thanks to M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mnhappliance.com. Now Alexandria huddling up, taking a little bit of time.
We've seen how dynamic this offense can be already.
Carlson in the gun. Makes the handoff quickly over the middle and over everybody's head. Lincoln Benson on the coverage. Intended on the pass is number 46, Dylan Masita. But 3rd and goal from the 2.
Looked like Masita wasn't quite ready. The ball was high anyway. Good coverage out of Lincoln Benson anyway.
And he was right there on the coverage. So 3rd and goal from the 2. Tech Tigers need to stiffen on D here. Carlson in the gun, standing on his own 7, on the Tigers 7. Little jet sweep. He gets it to his receiver. He falls down at the 5 trying to jump around a block. And that is number 13, Kristen Hoskins. Just kind of lost his footing trying to get around a block that was pushed deeper into the backfield than he's used to, it looked like. So that brings up 4th and goal from the 5.
Just good swallowing defense out of Tech Tigers. We've seen this out of them throughout the year. They'll give up a bunch of chunk yardage, and then right around the goal line, they'll dial up a few blitzes, and they'll have the correct plays called, and a lot of stands on the goal line.
So 4th and goal from the 5. Offense is out there. Carlson in the gun. Morikawa to his right. He's got Hoskins in motion, fakes the jet sweep, gives it to Morikawa, right up the middle, spun around, hit, struggling toward the goal line. Did he get in? No call yet. Tech Tigers defense holds, they get the ball back, turnover on downs, they've got it inside their own one. What a stop by the Tech Tigers D.
It's exactly what we were talking about, how I don't know what it is about this Tech Tiger defense just around the goal line. They have just a little better nose for the football. That's coaching to me. That's coaching for the situations.
So the Tigers now back way up. Let's see what they come up with here. They're going to go with Trevick still in the pistol with Oswara behind him. And 3 wide. Hand off to Oswara. Left side, he's got some room across the 5 and tried to squeeze between 2 tacklers. Hit, spun around across the 10. Nice gain on first down there. It's going to move the sticks, I think. No, it looks like they're going to put it right on the 10-yard line. It should be a movement of the sticks. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I was
confused. It looked like they weren't going to move him, then they were, then they weren't.
I thought he was well past the 10,
yeah,
so
like
it would have been a first down.
Yeah. Ball on the 11. First down. Head off to Oswara again. Through the hole. Across the 15. Breaks a tackle, showing some strength. Stood up and driven back. The forward momentum stopped at the 21-yard line. 2nd and 1 coming up.
That's exactly it. He was basically 1 tackle away from housing that, and we're going to see that all night.
So 2nd and less than 1 coming up here. Same set for the Tigers. Jet sweep to Fedema. He's around the edge. Cuts it up. Breaks a tackle across the 30 down the near sideline. Steps inside another tackle across the 40 to about the 43 or the 44-yard line. They're going to put him at the 46 somehow. It's a bad spot, but they'll take it.
So elusive, just never goes down. That's 4 missed tackles just on 1 play.
He was tackled about 2 yards shy of that, but the Tigers will be like, okay. Hand off to Oswara left side. He's got very little room, if any. And they're going to give him about a yard, a little less than a yard. So 2nd and long coming up. I want to say thanks to Kelm and Reuter, attorneys who make a difference. Quick pitch out right side to Oswara. Reading his blocks, not many there. He's going to be in trouble. He'll be taken down for a loss. Back at about the 43-yard line. Loss of 4. Bring up 3rd and about 12. Maybe 12 and a half.
At some point, you might want to try running to the left side. That one was just trying to do what you've been doing.
Trevick back to pass. Has Fedema left side at about the original line of scrimmage. Dances and gets an extra yard. Gain of about 4. Brings up 4th and 9.
They like to do that little quick out to Fedema just to see what he can do. Kind of that Jarek McKinnon type role as a running back. And just get him out in a little bit of space, and it usually works that time. Not much going.
Who's that? Hasn't played in like 2 years.
Hey, that's just.
No, I'm upset because I'm a 49ers fan.
I know you're a 49ers fan, so I had to do a Vikings/49ers deal.
Oster, low kick, wobbly to the right side, bounces just inside the 30. Good Tiger bounce down to about the 10, and Hunter Stoltz will stop it there. So a nice punt. Tech Tigers have the Alexandria Cardinals pinned deep in their own territory. I want to say thanks to C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee.
Well, see if the Tech Tigers can continue with the momentum that they had after that last big stop on defense. Nothing going on offense aside from that couple big carries from Fedema and Oswara. Let's see if their defense can hold now.
Matthew Carlson, 3 wide. Morikawa with him in the backfield as he's in the shotgun. Standing on his own 6-yard line. Low snap, hands it off to Morikawa. Nothing doing. Now it looks like he did grind out a couple of tough yards. Got out to about the 10.
Now they're calling it no gain.
No gain, yeah.
Looked like I thought he was going to sniff out a couple yards there.
Like
it was tough. It was tough mud in either way.
Not much there. And it turns out nothing. 2nd and 10 coming up. McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. 2nd and 10 on the way here. Coming up on 3.5 to play in the first quarter on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard.
It'll be interesting to see what...
Low play clock here. They might have to call a timeout. They get it off with 1 second. Carlson rolling out, in trouble. Throws it up, out of bounds, threw it away. Smart play by the quarterback. Going to be 3rd and 10 coming up. I want to say thanks to North Risk Partners. Face risk head on. They are here to help. Visit northriskpartners.com.
Looked like a busted play from the beginning, and just the quarterback trying to do whatever he can. Really dangerous getting into the end zone and just throwing it nowhere. Luckily, he threw it out of bounds, and no one was home.
This is not a team that wants to get into a 3rd and 10. They like to have their whole playbook available to them to keep you off balance. Norcal to the left of Carlson. There's the snap. Drops straight back to pass. Rolls out to his left as he's flushed out of the pocket. There's a flag in the end zone. The pass is complete down the near sideline. Getting out across the 30-yard line is number 46, Dylan Masita, but we'll await the flag call. It's going to be a hold against Alexandria, and it will come back. That was a gain of about 21 that was wiped out.
Alexandria doing all they could to hold back Isaiah Green, literally. And they got penalized for that one.
So they'll bring it back, and it'll be 3rd and even longer.
A little different, and not quite the TNT type of offense we're used to seeing out of Alexandria. They're just kind of pinned behind the 8 ball right now, and their whole plethora of their dynamic playbook just is not coming to fruition.
3:13 to go here. And the Alexandria Cardinals will have another 3rd and long to contend with here. It was a good defense by the Tigers. They were covered. It was a long time to cover a receiver. He had got flushed out to the left and just kind of created some time for himself. And defensive backs can't cover receivers forever. It's really hard. At a certain point, you just got to be like, we covered him for like 10 seconds. I don't know what else you want me to do.
Especially when you're a high school kid.
Yeah.
You're playing both ways. You're not going to be sitting out there forever.
Ball back on the 1, 3rd and 19. 4 wide again for Carlson. Morrical to his right in the backfield. In the gun, in the middle of his own end zone. Flapping his hands for the snap. There it is. Drops straight back. He's going to throw deep over the middle. And incomplete, bounces at about the 31. Nobody home. Hunter Stoltz dove for it to try to come up with a wild interception. Better just let it fall to the turf anyway. And it will be 4th and long from the 1 for Alexandria. They'll have to punt it away. I want to say thanks again to Clearwater Travel Plaza.
It'd be interesting to see if the Tigers try to get some kind of block punt going on here, get a little more momentum, just try to ride it out.
Gonna want to come after it for sure.
In high school, worst case scenario, what do you give up, a 40-yard punt?
Yeah, unless you get a really good bounce like the Tigers did the last time. But now we've got a whistle before the snap.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be...
It's on the Tech Tigers. So they move it out to the 5, helps Alexandria out a little bit, but still 4th and very long, 4th and about 16.
Looked like the punt block was definitely on.
It's a snap. It's a little high, short kick, bouncing about the 40-yard line, a little longer than it looked like it was going to be. Matthew Carlson, quarterback, gets off a decent punt. Like you called, 40 yards, about 35 yards net. So that's where the Tech Tigers will start. They'll have good field position in any case. Already leading 6-0 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. And the way that Alexandria drove on that first drive, you thought that, Tigers, they're going to have to get in a shootout here and come out on top like 38-36. But they've stiffened. They stiffened down inside the 5-yard line, and then they played good defense, having Alexandria backed up deep in their own territory.
Conversely, you almost hope when they give you that kind of deal, you hope to be up a little more at this point. Only 6-0. Now is your time that you want to get up by those 2 scores.
Trevick in the gun. Direct snap to Oswara. He drops it. He picks it back up and spins around, looking for an alley. Doesn't have one. He'll be hit and drives forward to about the 43, maybe the 42-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 or 3 on the play. He did pretty well to get that back. The ball was back about midfield when he picked it up and spun around to try to run. They're going to put it on the 43, a loss of 3 on the play.
Luckily, he was able to spin away from all the Cardinals coming after him. He had 3 or 4 guys following him. He just got enough upfield.
Fake the jet sweep. They hand it off to Oswara. Left side, he's hit and taken down for no gain. There on the stop was number 28, Wyatt Odland, the defensive end, 5'11", 204-pound sophomore. Comes up and makes a tough hit.
He looks all of 204 pounds, and it looks pure muscle as well.
Let's see here. 3rd and 14. That was a gain of 1. Trevick deep down the right hash, and the ball got away from him, wobbles, and incomplete. Sam Oster, the intended receiver, he was double covered, just kind of put it up and let his tall receiver go get it. Unable to do so. It'll be 4th and long, 4th and 14.
Kind of want to see that play call on 2nd down, but when you get that loss of 4 on the 1st down, it puts it a little tougher. There was nothing going there anyway. He was double covered, but I mean, you got to take a shot.
So Oster will run back now and have to punt it away, standing on his own 41-yard line. 2:08 to play. Back deep for the Alexandria Cardinals, number 27, Holscher, Blake Holscher, 6'3", 177-pound senior. A low, wobbly kick bounces at about the 16, across the 15, and drops dead at about the 13-yard line. So again, the Alexandria Cardinals deep in their own territory. The Tech Tigers winning the field position game here early, and that could come up big in a right now 6-0 ball game.
Looks like Oster with his punt so far. He's just trying to keep it underneath the wind, getting as much as he can, and it's been working out heading this way, left to right from our vantage point.
And the wind has picked up a little since we first got here, I believe.
Anytime one of the press box doors opens up, it feels like we're in an absolute tunnel.
Yeah.
And then it kind of settles down a little bit. What's nice is this is my kind of weather.
You can hear it through the mic a little bit. Here and there, picking up. There's the snap. And gets it out to his receiver, Kristen Hoskins again. Quickly out on the left side. He was left open. Down the near sideline across the 20 to about the 23-yard line.
I don't know how you lose sight of a guy that has 600 yards on the season, averaging 14 yards per reception, but there was nobody there.
And he gets enough for the first down, moves the sticks, as you heard. The very loud people in the crowd yelling. Out to Hoskins again on the near sideline, down the near sideline, gets out near the 30. We'll see where they mark it out of bounds. They're going to put it at the 31.
Logan Hansen with the tackle, it was dang close. Like he was a little bit out of bounds there, kind of brought him all the way to the ground. I thought maybe he was going to get a late hit there, but refs didn't seem to mind.
2nd and 2 coming up. That was a gain of about 8. They fake the pass out into the flat, and nowhere to go with the ball for Carlson. And there on the sack was number 35 for the Tech Tigers, Jake Solinsky. The linebacker came in and got the sack. Big play for the Tigers D.
This is exactly what we wanted, what we were talking about in the pregame, what we wanted to see out of the Tech Tigers defense. They have finally come to play in the first quarter.
3rd and 7 on the way. Coming up on a minute to play in the first quarter. Carlson goes over the middle, has a man wide open, has the first down plus a few extra yards. An easy catch and run for Cody Branson. About a 12-yard gain.
Had nothing special there, just a little bit of a read option type deal, just straight down the middle, wide open again.
Low snap, Carlson goes out to Hoskins again, almost tipped, but Hoskins has it down the near sideline, almost broke it free. Luckily for the Tech Tigers, that the sideline was another defender. Hunter Stolz was out there trying to knock him out of bounds.
As you heard from the crowd, that I kind of enjoy, but you know, Barry Hines not a fan so far. It is another
every
first
time,
down.
It's like doing the Vikings horn every first down. Come on. Pass over the middle, just behind the receiver. Dylan Masita, we're going to get a whistle here. No flag, but a whistle. Isaiah Green talking to the referee. He didn't see what happened.
I thought
a little bit of extracurricular activity.
I thought that was definitely going to get flagged, and the crowd thought so too. But still another wide open receiver that should have been hit for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, it was a pass behind Masita. He was open. So 2nd and 10. Ball at midfield. One in the backfield is Carlson. He goes out to his receiver on the left side. And a catch, and he's going to struggle forward. I believe he got just enough for a first down, and he did. Is number 2, Elijah Holthouse.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's another Cardinal. First down. Move those chains. Rock.
Move those chains. Rock. See, it's a little round, Barry Hine. They got the left part of the crowd saying it, then the right part of the crowd. I enjoy it. We'll see if that happens in the 4th quarter.
Good for you. Good for you. 1st and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. 46 seconds to go here in this first quarter. 6-0 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Alexandria putting together a drive here. Deep in their own territory again to start. They're now on the 40-yard line of the Tech Tigers. Carlson alone in the backfield in the gun. 5 wide. There's the snap. Looks left. Quick pass out. He's got his man Holthouse again. And tried to sidestep a tackle. Taken down across the 30 to about the 27. Gain of about 13 there for Elijah Holthouse.
1, 2, 3. That's another Cardinal. First down. Move those chains.
I have, in my receiving records, I have Elijah Holthouse as number 1. So now they have number 2. But he's been wide open.
Quick pass out right side, and it is Masita. Got the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and he jets forward for a gain of about 8. So 2nd and 2 coming up. The defenders, playing a little too far off the line. They're letting those passes out in the flat happen a little too easily. 2nd and 2. Carlson in the gun, looks left, and fired it in there, almost got it picked off. And no flag as the Alexandria Cardinals wanted pass interference. It looked like a clean play, intended for Cody Branson.
Looked like Solinsky on the coverage once again. A little bit of extracurricular activity after the play, but it was just good fun, I thought. The Alexandria crowd didn't seem to like it.
It's 3rd and 2 coming up. Ball on the 20-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Morikawa, and he's stopped for minimal, if any, gain. So it'll be 4th and about 2. Looked like he was going to have some room, and then the defensive line closed the gap. And drove him back at about the 20-yard line. He may have got a little less than a half a yard.
Other than that one run of 21 yards, he's basically been stifled, and we're not used to seeing that, as he's averaging nearly 140 yards, Nolan Morikawa is on the year.
Timeout on the field. Timeouts are brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckay'sdodge.com. So a big fourth down. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the end of the quarter. Very Hine on top of it, everybody. That is the end of the quarter. 2nd quarter, when we come back, you're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. 4th and short. Matthew Carlson keeps it around the left end and gets the first down himself, so that moves the sticks. 1st and 10, ball now on the 14-yard line of the Tech Tigers. The Cardinals in business here. Carlson in the gun, Morikawa to his left. He's gonna fake the handoff, keeps it himself. This Carlson, he's through the tackle, inside the 5, and into the end zone. A 14-yard touchdown run for Matthew Carlson, and the Alexandria Cardinals are on the board. 9 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. Just Isaiah Green came in. He thought for sure Morikawa had the ball, and just straight up the gut, Matthew Carlson. Much needed points for Alexandria.
They're going to try to kick it. The extra point from Sean Hawk, the extra point pending. The holder is Cade Blankenship, number 8. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick, I believe, went wide left. Oh, no, it went in. Inside the left upright. From here, it looked no good. But it did get through the upright. 7-6. Alexandria Cardinals. We'll be back with the kickoff next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
Will kick it off for the Cardinals. Back deep.
Tigers, number 9. 11:39 to play. Now 7-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. The Alexandria Cardinals just about to kick it back to the Tech Tigers. Sean Hawk has it teed up on the 40, the far hash here in the second quarter. They're kicking left to right.
I'm still questioning my eyesight on that field goal or the extra point because it did not look like it went through.
It didn't, yeah. High kick taken at the 12-yard line by Fedema. Runs up the right hash, bounces it outside, has some room, sidesteps a tackle, and now struggles his way across the 30-yard line. 31 is where the Tigers will have it to start this drive. I want to say thanks to the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office, fine sponsors for high school football here on the KNSI Sports Network.
Definitely appreciate that sponsorship, that's for sure.
Agreed upon. Could have said it better myself.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That was one you got to say that. It's a very important drive for the Tech Tigers right now. If you want to get anything going offensively, you got to go right now.
Handoff Fedema right up the gut. He's hit early, struggles forward for a couple of tough yards. And he's 2nd and 8 coming up here. Fedema, their kind of do-it-all guy. 547 yards rushing coming into the game, 465 yards receiving. Hand off to Oswara right side. He bounces it around the right edge, breaks the tackle. You heard the crowd cheer. They thought he'd been tackled. He broke away from that one. Now he's stood up and falls forward with 4 defenders tackling him. We've got a flag coming in on the backside of the play. Gonna call it on the Tech Tigers.
Looked like a hold on John Kaiser, maybe number 74. I think they called him.
That'll move him back. Be 2nd and long.
Wrong. 76. Hagstrom, right tackle.
There you go, Cardinals.
That'll happen.
2nd and very long.
Defense,
About 18.
defense.
Any time that I'm like, hey, we need offense here, and then the Tech Tigers go backwards.
Quick pitch out left side to Oswara. Dances his way, he's got some room, and that's Fedema, excuse me. Bowls his way across the 35 and now struggling. Ends up near the 40. He'll be spotted at the 37. 12-yard gain. A lot of good yards there on 2nd and very long. Makes the 3rd down much more manageable than it had been. It's going to be 3rd and about 7.
Fedema kind of their
3rd and 6.
Fedema kind of their hot hand right now, averaging about 12 yards per carry.
Showed some nifty moves in there, and then showed some power as well. Trevick hands it off right side to Fedema. Fedema hit early this time and taken down after a gain of about a yard. So 4th and 5 on the way. Guessing the punt team will come out and give it back to the Alexandria Cardinals. Want to say thanks to Shields, fine sponsor of KNSI Sports Network events. We appreciate them. Clock ticks inside, 10 minutes to play in the first half. Lower scoring than we were anticipating so far. Certainly after the first drives, or after the second drive for the Tech Tigers, because they went 3 and out on their first, got it back after a turnover and scored.
Still fun football, though. Close.
Poster, a high end-over-end kick, taken at the 26. And we got a flag on the return. And he's across the 40, across the 50, across the 40, 35, 30, bounces inside the 30, pinball down at about the 27-yard line. That one may be coming back. Laying deep in the backfield. Well, they did have a flag laying back there.
Thought they were going to get a call for a block in the back, and it looks like they're stepping it back, but that block didn't even need to be made.
They threw the flag and picked it up. You leave it laying until you make the call.
I don't know. I've never been a referee.
Happens regularly.
Don't admit that, Barry. You're always right, man.
I just got to be honest. It's a thing for me. Doesn't necessarily work out well when I am.
Oh, same here, man.
They are bringing it back. They got that penalty on the return. It brings it back to, it happened at about the 27. They're going to mark it off from there. And it'll be at about the 17.
If you're Alexandria, you're going to be tempted to try to run the ball here. But what's been getting them to where they're at now is that quick passing. Tech Tigers have been off the line, giving them wide open 5-yard hitches, 5-yard just quick go routes, quick anything like that. They got to just stick with that. Don't try to get cute. Just keep going what you have. Trust your quarterback.
Field position has worked out in the favor of the Tech Tigers here in the first half. They've had Alexandria pretty deep in their own territory several times now. Hand off to Morikawa. Right side, he's got plenty of room. He cuts it up across the 30, taken down from behind at about the 32-yard line there to bring him down finally. Was number 35, Jake Solinsky. Said his name a few times.
See, but what do I know? I'm just a color analyst. I guess you got to run the ball.
Carlson in the gun. Takes the handoff. No, he gives it to Morikawa. He's got room again across the 40. Stutter steps across the 50, taken down, a shoestring tackle, just getting enough hand on him for the Tech Tigers was number 34, Davion Barrett.
1, 2, 3, that's another Cardinal first down.
Just in case you were wondering, that's another Cardinal first down.
About a 28-yard gain. I'm tuning it out. It's like country music, tuning it out.
I'm going to make sure you know.
Inside 9 minutes to go. Carlson in the gun. There's the snap. Hands it off to Masita. Masita falls across the 40 out to about the 35 rather. Out of about the 32-yard line, a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
See, what do I know? 3 straight runs.
With good yardage. And off to Masita again. He zigzags his way to about the 31 or 30.5 yard line. So 3rd and a little over a yard coming up here. I want to say thanks to M&H Appliance.
Go, Alex.
Inside 8.5 to play here in this first half. Carlson gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Masita, goes out in the flat, has his man across the 30 out to about the 25, another first down. Gain of about 5 yards as he got it quickly out to Dylan Masita.
1, 2, 3, that's another Cardinal first down. Move those chains.
I kind of like what they're doing with the Masita, doing a little Troy Fedema action with him, doing catching, handing the ball off a little bit. They don't hand the ball to him all that often. That's just a quick out again.
Aaron Jost in the backfield with Carlson. There's the snap. Takes the handoff, looks out to his left, nothing there. He's going to tuck it and run, and the ball came out again. There's a fumble around the 21-yard line. Who got on top of it? Did the Tech Tigers come up with another turnover? Tech Tigers have it. Coming out of there with it was number 88, Logan Hansen. Another big turnover for the Tech Tigers. And defense may be their calling card on the night, as it stopped 2 drives for the Alexandria Cardinals.
This is exactly what we wanted to see. We were begging for it in the pregame. Want to see that Tech Tiger defense from last season. And we definitely have it. Holding a high-powered Alexandria offense to 7 points in a quarter and a half. I think it's well done so far. 2 turnovers, exactly what you wanted if you're John Benson.
And you got the ball back with just under 8 minutes to go here. Take a long drive down the field and score. And you're sitting real pretty. Trevick goes out left. He's got it to Oster at the 20. Turns it up and taken out on the near sideline. We'll wait for the spot here. A gain of a few yards. Looks like they're going to put it on the 23. Gain of a yard. Stepped out earlier than I thought he did. Pitch right, Oswara. He's got some room, cuts it up. Lowers his shoulder across the 30 and powers his way across the 35, still on his feet. Several defenders trying to keep him from gaining more yards. Finally, they slow him up at about the 40. That is a gain of about 17 yards. What a run by Oswara. How many defenders does it take to keep him from gaining yards?
That was one of the longest non-whistle blows I've ever seen, but Oswara just kept churning out yards.
Trevick back to pass. Flushed out to his right. Throws on the run. And Gallardi went up, but didn't come up down with it. And we're going to get a flag by the referee. The Alexandria crowd doesn't like it. It's probably going to be pass interference. As Gallardi went up, threw his hands out, sold it, got the call.
Looked like he had his arm draped all over him. It is all the way across the field for me, but it did definitely look like the right call. As you can hear, the home crowd is not appreciating the call, but it seemed like the right call.
Call one against 6'1" senior, number 29, Derek Peepo. That's a break for the Tigers. They'll get the first down, and they'll be in Alexandria territory just inside the 45-yard line. Trevick in the pistol. Oswara behind him, 4 wide. Hands off to Oswara, right side. He bounces around a tackle, has some room across the 40, and taken down at about the 43-yard line. I keep screwing that up, the 37-yard line. When they get on the other side of the field, the numbers get smaller, right?
What is it, North Central, East Central math or whatever you're saying it was?
East Central, South Dakota. Yeah. 2nd and 3 coming up. Handoff, left side. Oswara trying to jump around some tackles again, using his strength and driving forward with a tackler draped all over him for 2 yards.
Well, the toughest 2 yards you're going to see. He got first contact 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Just keeps churning. His legs just never stop.
3rd and a long one. Trevick in the pistol. Hands off again to Oswara. Right side, plenty of room. Hit hard, taken down inside the 35 to about the 33. A gain of 3. That'll move the sticks. First down, Tech Tigers.
That's exactly the only way you're going to be able to tackle Oswara tonight, the way it seems. You got to take his legs from underneath him, because if he's not laying on the ground, his legs aren't going to stop kicking.
Hit him from an angle where he doesn't see you coming. Jet sweep, Fedema. Tried to go up the middle, bounces it outside, gets away from a shoestring tackle, down the near sideline, inside the 15-yard line. And that's going to be at about the 14. An 18-yard gain. What a run for Fedema, and the Tigers are in business here. First down and 10 from the 14 of the Alexandria Cardinals.
Not as much of the nifty elusiveness as we usually see out of Troy Fedema. Just saw the hole and hit it.
Fake the handoff. Trevick, play action out right side. Tries to get it to Fedema. Throws it a little too wide of his reach. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 on the way. I want to say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards.
This is where they like to have Isaiah Green kind of do a little bit of a tight end role in the red zone. Looked like he was open on the last play, and he just chose to go to Fedema.
Jet sweep to Fedema. Up the middle and hit. Taken down at about the 13. So 3rd and 9 coming up. Inside 6 minutes to play. Trevick hands off to Oswara, bounces it left, struggles through a tackle and hit and taken down at about the 6. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. I want to say thanks to Kelm and Reuter. So 4th and about 2 coming up here.
Another hard run on him. I thought he was going to get it.
Trevick hands it off to Oswara, right side hit. Tried to fall forward for the first down. He's going to be close. I think he's going to be shy. He tried to struggle forward for an extra half yard and he didn't get it. So turnover on downs. Alexandria gets it back. A couple of big defensive stands for each team now, deep in their own territory. Want to say thanks to C and D Granite. So we've got 5:26 to go, 7-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Alexandria with the lead and the ball back on their own 5-yard line.
We're next to the Tech coaches, and they're just imploring for a measurement right now, seeing where the sticks are.
It looked like it was closer than they thought it. And they just kind of like, nah, he didn't get it. Didn't really scrutinize it much. Carlson in the gun. Morikawa to his left. A wide receiver to either side. Snap. Hands it off to Morikawa. Right side, takes it out to about the 10-yard line, a gain of 5, maybe 6. 2nd and 4 coming up as they're going to put it on the 11-yard line. We approach 5 minutes to play. I'd like to say thank you to another one of our fine sponsors, McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Carlson in the gun. 2 wide to the left side. Handoff up the middle. Morikawa rather has room. He bounces it out near sideline across the 30. 30 that is across the 40. Lowers his shoulder and lowers the boom on Hunter Stoltz, who knocks him out of bounds right at midfield.
1, 2, 3.
So big gainer for the Alexandria Cardinals. That is just very, very distracting. Inside 5 minutes to play.
You're a professional, Barry Hine. You can handle it. I have faith in you.
I don't wanna. I don't feel like putting up.
You're gonna end up taking a nap halfway through.
Carlson hands off. Morikawa, room again up the middle across the 45, down to about the 42-yard line, a gain of 8.
Nothing cute out of this drive by the Cardinals right now. Just handing it off to Morikawa, let him go on the right side.
Got a little bit of a rest on the last offensive possession. I wonder if that's what's the plan. We'll give you some fresh legs and ride you on the next possession, which they've been doing so far.
I wouldn't say he's diminutive in stature, but he's not the biggest of guy. He's just quick and elusive, and then when he has a chance to stick somebody, he ends up doing it.
5'10", 175. 2nd and 2, handoff again. No, Carlson kept it, excuse me. And he runs out left. He tucks it down and runs straight forward, gets the first down plus an extra few to about the 37-yard line, a gain of 5.
1, 2, 3. That's another Cardinal first down.
See, you heard it. It's another Cardinal first down, just in case you didn't know it, fans. Just, listeners there, just in case you weren't sure.
You know how the rest of the crowd for the Alexandria is annoyed because there's only about 4 people involved.
Yeah, I think they'll phase themselves out eventually.
I don't think so. I think they're sticking to it. They've been doing it for 35 years. Why stop now? Morikawa, handoff left, loses a few yards back on the 41, a loss of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 14. Coming up on 4 minutes to play. Good play by the Tech defense, puts the Cardinals behind the 8 ball. Back to pass as Carlson steps up, flings it across the middle, has it to Hoskins, who breaks the tackle, jumps around another, he's inside the 10, jumps into the end zone, 41-yard touchdown strike after the Tech Tigers came up with a loss on the last play. Just like that, it is 13-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, 3:46 to play in the second quarter.
Nothing cute, just a nice quick little in route, 15 yards down the field, gone. Nobody near him, no Tech Tiger near him. And then
Hoskins has got some wheels.
And it made one guy miss, and that's all it took. Looks like busted coverage out of the Tech Tigers, who have been playing a really good defensive game thus far until right there. now all of a sudden they find themselves 13, maybe 14-6 down.
Sean Hawk back on to kick it. The extra point is up, and I'm going to say it's good because it looked just like the last one, and it looked no good, but it is good. Follow all that. 14-6 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 3:46 to play here in the second quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. (14-6) on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Sean Hawk for Alexandria has it teed up on the 40 once again. Troy Fedema back on his own 15-yard line. We'll look for a good return here.
Tigers got to get something going offensively now. Got to answer.
A high, fairly short kick again, taken at the 16. Fedema right up the gut, hit, spun around across the 30-yard line. And first and 10 from the 31 for the Tech Tigers. I want to say thanks to Minnesota Truck Headquarters, another fine sponsor of Friday Night Lights high school football here on the KNSI Sports Network.
Say the thing. Say it. Lifted,
loaded, and jacked up trucks.
Come on, do the Tom Terhaar impression.
I've got a cold. I can't really do it.
Can't get the growl?
I'll make myself cough.
Ah, too bad.
I'm very disappointing tonight.
No, you're not. You're the best.
Hand off left side to Oswara. Hit, spun down across the 30 for little, if any, gain. Maybe a short loss. It'll be second and long. And they're going to put it right back at the original line of scrimmage. Second and 10 as we tick inside 3.5 to play here in the first half. Trevick gets the snap. Back to pass. Has it. Oh, it's tipped. Intended for Schmidt. There on the tip for the defense is number 25. Matthew Zick, the linebacker, got a hand on it. Chris Schmidt, again, the intended receiver, was unable to get his hands on it because it was tipped up in the air. I want to say thanks to Schultz Soft Water.
Yeah, if Zig catches that, he's gone for 6.
Back to pass. Trevick looks deep over the middle and goes high, intended for Oster. And through his outstretched arms, there on the coverage was number 22, Mark Ehrman.
This is what we've been seeing in Tech Tigers on their 2 losses in the season. They have a closely fought battle. They start getting down a little bit like they did against Hutch in the first game. And then they just start, getting away from what they like to do. And now they're giving the ball back with just over 3 minutes left to play in the first half to Alexandria.
Oster, a monster punt. Bounces inside the 25, across the 20, the 15. It's going to roll dead at about the 10-yard line.
Sheesh.
About a 59-yard punt. Yikes.
Man, you'd have to add up all 5 of my punts to get that far. He's just been low line driving it and keeping it underneath the wind.
That one took Holscher by surprise, too. He didn't even have a chance to catch up to it. He just let it go.
Smart move. Well, now if you're Tech, this is what's actually been helping you. When Alexandria is back against their own goal line, just need a quick stop out of your defense. You're like, what does your defense have right now? They've been on the field an awful lot this second quarter, probably all about 3 minutes. Everything except for about 2 or 3 minutes on defense, and they got to be a little gassed right now. So now you got to give everything you got.
And again, it's good that they've been winning the field position game because it could be worse. And they're going to hand it off right side. Hoskins, end around. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage, or right at the line of scrimmage. There on the tackle for the Tech Tigers is Mason Thompson coming up and making a heck of an open field tackle. Got his arms around the leg, one of the legs of Hoskins, and did not let it go.
He saved about 10 or 12 yards. If he does not make that tackle, they get an easy first down.
We're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 4 wide here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Morikawa to the right of his quarterback Carlson. Low snap. Make it. Go over the middle. Intended for Hoskins. Tipped away. Almost picked off. There on the coverage is number 16 for the Tech Tigers, Chris Schmidt.
I think Schmidt and Hunter Stoltz were both right there. Either one of them could have picked that off, and that's a dangerous pass out of your senior quarterback if you're Alexandria.
He's had a couple of those behind his receiver tonight. He hasn't missed a ton, but a couple of them just like that.
Lucky.
Carlson again with 4 wide. He gets up to the line, barking out some more orders. Morikawa to his left. Back to pass is Carlson. Rolls out to his left. He's going to tuck it and try to run. Now he's going to throw it away at the last second out of bounds. It's going to bring up 4th and long. Nice job by the Tech defense to hold and get the ball back here.
Say what you want about their defense so far this game, but every time when they needed to make a stop, they've made it, especially when Alexandria is near their own goal line.
I'll say thanks to Murphy's granite carving. We've got 2:11 to play here, and the Tech Tigers about to get the ball back, trailing by 1 possession. On the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, it is 14-6 Alexandria.
If you're Tech, you got to feel lucky that you're not down by more right now. Your defense is exactly keeping you in it, and just big stops when they need to make it, and a couple turnovers does not hurt.
The Alexandria Cardinals. And they had a penalty as well, so that'll move them back. I didn't catch the call. There it is. Intentional grounding. So they put it back on the 5-yard line. 4th and long. 4th and 15 coming up. And the punting unit on the field.
Kind of like to see Isaiah Green come on a little bit of a rush here. Maybe they can make something happen on the punt block.
Second time the Cardinals have been punting from their own end zone. Oh, he's rolling to his left is Carlson. He's going to try to run it. And he was going to either punt it or run it if he didn't have enough room. And he almost comes up with a first down. He's a couple yards shy. Nice stop by the Tech Tigers. They stop him short of the first down and they get the ball back. 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line of Alexandria.
Looked like Alexandria was sensing that pressure up the middle, and they had this on from the get-go. And it looked like he was going to get it. Like it was almost the right call. They get that first down, they can run out the clock or go and score with just 2 minutes left in the half, but that is a big stop by the Tech Tigers.
They got great field position now. 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line of Alexandria. Handoff right side to Oswara. He's across the 15, taken down about the 11-yard line. Gain of about 6 there. 2nd and 4 coming up. Handoff right side. Oswara, he's got room. Pinball's inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. A gain of about 7. 1st and goal from the 4.
Where are the Tech Tiger fans telling us that's a first down?
They're a long way across the field, but they may be doing it. We just can't hear them.
It's a pretty well-traveled crowd for a night like tonight. Hopefully, if they make it here, they're either watching us on the Bitstream Productions, the Friday Night Lights, or listening to us on AM 1450, FM 99.3.
Well done.
It's got to be a lot warmer listening to it on the radio at home.
Got an injury timeout on the field. And we'll keep it right here, but we want to remind you the timeouts are always brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. Didn't see what happened. I don't have a number either as the player's laying inside the 5-yard line on the far hash and being tended to by trainers. I hope it's not serious. Looks like he is sitting up.
It looked like trying to make a tackle on Oswara. There's 3 or 4 Alexandria Cardinals there, and it looks like he's kind of limping up now.
Mark Ehrman, the player. It's like his right leg He's going to walk off under his own power. Slowly, gingerly, but it looks like he's going to be fine. That's good to see. Tech Tigers have 1st and goal from the 4 coming up here. Trying to get back into the end zone. Want to say thanks to Premier Real Estate Services.
It's no time to get cute here. Just hand it off to Aswara. Middle or to the right. We got plenty of time and little momentum now. Just go score, get in halftime, hopefully tied.
And off to Aswara. He falls forward, gets a couple of yards to about the 1. 2nd and goal from there. Let's see where they spotted here.
Pretty good spot.
Inside the 2. So 2nd and goal from about the 1.5 yards. Under center, Trevick going to keep it. Quarterback sneak. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. With 1:22 to go in the first half, that makes it 14-12, and the 2-point conversion pending. Big play for the Tigers. They get back on the board. That stop on 4th down and the fake punt for the Alexandria Cardinals comes up big here. They had good field position and they make it pay off. Cutting it back to 2.
Seems like one of those situations where you have the game kind of well in hand if you're Alexandria head coach and you're thinking trying to catch Tech Tigers offhand, and it just kind of bites you in the rear end right now. But if you're the Tech Tigers, you just got to feel really lucky that you're only 2-point conversion away from tying this ball game.
And that's the risk you take. You got to make sure you convert those for sure. I want to say thanks to North Risk Partners, fine sponsors of high school football here on the KNSI Sports Network and other sports.
It's going to be playoff time now.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like it for sure outside. It starts to get this temperature, and he's like, yeah, the playoffs must not be too far off. We've got one more Friday night game next week, and then a Wednesday night game before the playoffs.
2 games in 6 days. A couple volleyball games in there. That's a fun time for everybody on the KNSI Sports Network.
Gets busy. Before you know it, it'll be the middle of basketball season.
Yeah, I like basketball, don't get me wrong, but give me football.
Trevick is in the gun. They don't go with an offset on this set for the 2-point conversion. Trevick rolling out to his right, throws on the run, has his man. It is caught by Isaiah Green in the end zone. 2-point conversion good. Tied at 14. Big play for the Tigers. 1:22 to go, and we're all knotted up at 14s. We'll be back with the kickoff. Next, you're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. A 1:22 to go here in the first half. We're all tied up at 14s. Tech Tigers had great field position to start that drive and rode Oswara into the end zone for the most part. And Trevick dove in from inside the 2 on the quarterback sneak to put the touchdown in. And then the 2-point conversion was complete on a rollout from Trevick to Isaiah Green. Now Fedema has it teed up. 40-yard line, center of the field. The ball keeps falling off the tee. Doesn't seem to be enough wind to be doing that necessarily. Well, what do I know? I'm up here in the warm booth.
No, I've never really tried to kick a football off a tee, so in the middle of the fall when there's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, so I don't know. I guess I can't speak from experience.
Short kick to the right side and out of bounds. So the Alexandria Cardinals will have decent field position to start this drive. Try to come up with some points before the end of the half.
We saw that last week at Tech Tigers too, where they just couldn't get consistent kickoffs when they were trying to make a comeback, and giving too good a field position to the opposition, just not a way to keep yourself in ball games, even though they're tied 14-14. But there is a minute 22 for, although we haven't seen it as much, a dynamic offense out of the Alexandria Cardinals. You don't want to give them starting field position at like the 40. Oh, they're re-kicking.
You're going to make them re-kick it.
Make them re-kick.
There you go. Yeah, and the Tech Tigers defense has played the Alexandria Cardinals offense pretty well here in the first half. Regardless of the 14 points showing on the scoreboard, they've the field position game has gone their way, and they've played pretty well on defense for the most part.
Winning the turnover battle usually helps as well, and John Benson always preaching he wants to see that ball hawking defense that he had at the beginning of last year, and today they are rising to the challenge.
A couple of fumble recoveries. Tech offense has fumbled a couple of times too, but gotten back on them both. Squib kick right side. The up back takes it across the 30, taken down on the near sideline by Lincoln Benson. And Homovig is the return man, Xavier Homovig. Good field position for the Alexandria Cardinals at about the 38-yard line. 1:17 to play here in the first half.
Have them re-kick, and it's almost exactly where the ball would have been anyway. So I guess, what do I know?
Couple of yards difference, but whatever.
I guess it's all about opportunities. If you want your return man to have an opportunity, of course you take the penalty.
Carlson in the gun, 4 wide. Hands it off right side to his man. He's across the 40, cuts it in across the 50, and taken down at the 40-yard line. 22-yard gain quickly by number 5 Morikawa, Nolan Morikawa. Leading rusher on the team.
Closing in on about 125 yards rushing already in the first half.
And they give it back to him. He cuts it back against the grain. He's going to be stopped. May have fallen forward for a yard. It's 2nd and long coming up, and a whistle on the field as the Alexandria Cardinals will call a timeout with a minute to play here in the first half. I want to remind you, all timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. So the Cardinals talking about what they want to do on 2nd and 10. They're going to say he did not gain a yard on that play. So 2nd and 10 coming up, ball still on the 40 of the Tech Tigers. May have gotten about a half a yard. But they're still calling it 10 yards. And 1 minute to play. The Tech Tigers need to hold one more time here, and their defense can feel good about what they're doing here in the first half.
You got to credit the corners of the Tech Tigers, how they were playing soft in that first quarter against Alexandria, and now they've kind of come a little more towards that line of scrimmage and making sure those quick hitches aren't there anymore. And I think that's been, although the run game is starting to pick up again, you never know, that could be definitely changed now, but situations like this, you don't want to give up the big play or just on something like a simple little out route.
Out of the timeout, Carlson, 4 wide. And fakes the handoff to Morikawa. Goes out to Hoskins, left side. He's got a little bit of room out to about the 35-yard line. A gain of about 5. We'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Looks like what the Cardinals were trying to do, just a little quick out, trying to get quick yardage and hurry up to the line of scrimmage now.
40 seconds and counting to go here in the first half. Carlson in the gun. Snap. Fakes out quickly. Goes over the middle and incomplete. Nice job by the defender there, as it was intended for Holthouse, and the defender is number 32, Tim Walter, went down and made sure that Holthouse didn't have a way to catch that ball. Tight coverage.
Big stop, big defensive stop by the Tech Tigers. Now it'll be interesting what you see out of Alexandria on 4th and 5 now.
We'll go for it. So one more stop for the Tigers.
I don't know too many high school kickers that would be kicking from this anyway, but it's kind of a no-brainer.
53-yarder now, probably not. Option right, he pitches it to Hoskins. He's across the 35, bounces it outside. Did he get enough for the first down? And he's going to be close. Referee's got him on about the 30-yard line on the near sideline.
The 30 was the yard to gain, and it is awfully close. awfully close.
That's a turnover on downs. If he didn't get it, they may have to bring in they're going to say turnover on downs, Tech football. Another stand for the Tech Tigers when the defense needed it. Wow. I'd be surprised if Alexandria didn't call for a measurement here. He's got it on the near sideline. I don't know where the football, they're going to put it in. Just short of the 30. They needed to get to the 30. Yeah, if I was Alexandria, I'd call for a measurement here. I don't think they're going to get the call, but you almost got to call for a measurement just to see, because it is that close.
About a foot short, maybe. I thought for sure with him sticking the ball out with his right hand, he was definitely going to get that yard to gain, but they marked him short of the 30. That's, they're
not going to measure.
Referee, no measurement.
Not going to measure. Tigers offense out there, are they going to kneel on it, or are they going to try to go downfield here? Trevick back to pass, looks like they're going to go. Goes deep down the near sideline for Schmidt, and out of bounds. It sailed on him as the wind caught it a little bit. So incomplete, 2nd and 10 coming up. I like that though. Trying to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Clock stopped at 19 seconds to go here.
If you can be smart and aggressive, that's one of those plays. It's like a low completion percentage. He did actually have the guy open. It's just, you just want to make sure you're not giving something quick and easy to take to the house. Only 19 seconds left, so something like that, low percentage to get turned against you as well.
They hand it off to Oswara, looking for room around the right edge. He cuts it up, stiff arms a tackle, goes out of bounds near the 35. And they're going to put it at about the 34, it looks like. So 3rd and 6 coming up here. 12 seconds to go. As he got out of bounds, clock stopped.
Be interested to see if they get the first down here, if they want to do a quick timeout.
Hand off to Oswara up the middle, hit, pinballed around, and falls at about the 39, a gain of about 5. And it'll be 4th and about a yard, a long yard. And the clock is stopped with 5 seconds to play.
Tech not content to just go out. They're hoping that Oswara can house one of these.
Break one of these open, see if they, now they're going to let it roll. And that is going to be it. Halftime. And brings us to the Shields halftime report. Shields is the place when it comes to gear and expert advice. They're right there with you and right there in St. Cloud in the Crossroads Mall. We'll take a break and we'll come back and have some stats for you here on the Shields halftime report. You're watching and listening to high school football tied at 14s on the KNSI Sports Network.
Had Oswara, it seemed like he had more than 15 carries though.
14 and a half on the clock right now, Todd, just a FYI. We're going to turn off.
Motors and Insurance, Steve Storm, Luke Nelson. Please support our Grid Club sponsors.
KNSI Sports Network, the Shields halftime report, alongside Justin Ekstrom in Alexandria. I'm Barry Hine. We appreciate you joining us for high school football here. And the Shields halftime report, let's take a look at the first half stats for that. We hear from Justin Ekstrom.
Obviously unofficial here, but we got a pretty good clip as to what we got going on. So right now, Tech Tigers obviously running the ball a lot. They've only completed 2 passes for 8 yards total, but still find themselves in a deadlock of 14-14 apiece. Kicker Deswara actually averaging 6.5 yards per carry, 94 yards, 15 carries for 94 yards. It seemed like a lot more at first, but when you're getting those busting gains like he's getting, about 8, 9, 10 yards, it's glorious to watch. But Troy Fedema, after taking, he's got a 17-yard run, 13-yard, 20-yard run. He's got 7 carries only for 83 yards at about 11.8 yards per carry. It's just like every single time that he touches the ball, it seems like he could go the distance. But, of course, we got Alexandria Cardinals. They are running the ball extremely well as well. Nolan Oracle, 10 carries for 133 yards. By my lack of math, that is 13.3 yards per carry, and very good. Oh, yeah, and Matthew Carlson, he has 7.5 yards per carry. He has a 14-yard touchdown running and a 41-yard TD passing to Kristen Hawkins, who has 79 yards receiving. As of right now, I have Matthew Carlson for passing. He is 8 of 14 for 101 yards, roughly, give or take. So it's a good battle right now. Elijah Holthaus had back-to-back catches for 10 yards and 13 yards that kind of got things busting open right before that 41-yard pass to Hoskins. So it's this is exactly what you want, Barry Hine, in fall football. When you're coming up into, like, this is something that we didn't allude to in the pregame, how good these sections are that each one of these teams are going to play on. Section 6-5A that the Tech Tigers are playing in, they need so badly to win out in order to just get the 4 seed in that section. Like, if you, all that matters right now is QRF, and you need a win against the Alexandria team right now to get higher up in that section, because man, when you're in the same section as Elk River, Rogers, you cannot afford to face Elk River in like the second round of the playoffs. You have to hope to face them. And the beauty of it, though, I believe Tech is hosting the championship game of 6-5A. So if you get that home, say you're the 4 seed, and you host that first game, you could have home field advantage in the section playoffs. And oh yeah, they play really, really well at home. They finish out at home. They technically, after this, they could play 5 straight at home.
Yeah, they got the last 2 regular season games at home against Moorhead and Brainerd. Friday night next week and Wednesday the following week to get ready for the playoffs. And yeah, like you said, it could be a long time before they have to play anywhere else if they do this thing right. We've got a couple of minutes to go. I believe they're going to put some more time back up on the clock before we start the second half, since both teams are kind of just out here. The Tech Tigers doing some light calisthenics, getting ready for the second half.
Got to stay warm.
Yeah. Do some squat thrusts.
Is that what gets the sweat flowing? Is that squat thrusts?
Sure, yes.
And then we got to say Alexandria, too. Their section is awfully, awfully good as well. That's Bemidji's in their section 8-5A. And they got Bemidji and Brainerd in their section. So Alexandria, you want to be the 1 or 2 seed. So this second half is really important when you start talking about QRF and playoff seedings and all that kind of stuff. I almost say it's like a do or die second half for Tech. And if they play defense like they did in the first half, I see no reason why they can't, quote unquote, you can't really say stealing a win because they're both very good teams, but they can quote unquote steal a win from here and come away and then get 2 home winnable games going into that section playoffs. Look out. John Benson's got to be pretty proud of his guys right now. Where they're sitting, it's right in front of them.
Kind of a weird game so far. You'd think with the way that the Tech Tigers have won the field position battle that they would be maybe a little more in control of this, but then you think about how Alexandria moved the ball, they would got to feel like they should maybe be in control of this a little bit more, and maybe that's why we're tied at 14. Both teams think they should be doing a little better, but we're all knotted up at 14 here to start the second half. And we're just moments away from the M&H Appliance kickoff to the second half. Tech Tigers will be kicking to the Alexandria Cardinals. Kristen Hoskins, one of the deep backs on the return team for the Alexandria Cardinals. The other one is Blake Holscher. And you guys back in the KNSI Sports Radio studio. You can send it back to us anytime you want. We're about to get the kickoff here. We are live in Alexandria. I do it better, Brett Musburger, when I haven't had a cold for 3 days.
Yeah, I think you sound fine. You don't want to be Brett Musburger, man. You want to be Barry Hine. You're basically like when I have near life or death situations, your life flashes before my eyes.
Oh, my Lord. That's a very weird thing to say. Fedema to kick off. Here it comes. Kickoff to the second half. A deep kick taken by Holscher at the 9. He's going to try to run left. He's across the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, and hit hard out of bounds by Isaiah Green at about the 36-yard line. This is where they'll start this drive. Nice return, and Isaiah Green got a nice hit on Holscher, the return man.
Completely clean hit, just nothing. Kind of what you call a snot knocker, but you know, the yardage was already gained. Good field position on the Alexandria Cardinals. Let's see what they can get going.
Isaiah Green at the right end spot. Looking to do some damage here in the second half. Didn't really say his name too much in that first half.
They get the ball out quick, so they're not a whole lot of sack opportunities out of him.
And they run right up the middle across the 40, powering his way to about the 43-yard line. We've got a flag coming in.
I thought maybe
Major Campbell in on the tackle. And it looks like it's going to be because the Alexandria crowd is liking the call.
Thought maybe a couple of Tech Tigers had their hands around the face mask and pulling them straight to the ground. It wasn't like an aggressive face mask, but it was a face mask nonetheless.
Referees huddling at about the 38-yard line. That'll make it a first down with a 15-yard penalty on the illegal head contact.
Okay.
Well, the ball now into Tech Tiger territory at the 42. First and 10 there. As Alexandria gets the break there. We're at 14s on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. And off to Morikawa. And he powers his way to the 40, a gain of about 2, 2nd and 8 on the way.
That'll be an interesting call with Isaiah Green with the illegal helmet-to-helmet contact. Got to be careful now. Don't want to get flagged for a second one of those.
And off to Morikawa. No, he kept it, did the quarterback. He's out right side to Hoskins, who picks his way to about the 35 from Carlson. So 3rd and about 3 coming up. Want to say thanks to Clearwater Travel Plaza, where there's more in store for you. They're very effective with that play action, that fake handoff.
Carlson hides the ball extremely well. It's really tough to see, but it's exactly what you want out of your quarterback.
Carlson hands it off to Morikawa this time. He's got a little bit of room. He's got the first down plus a yard, a gain of 4 there. 1st and 10, Alexandria.
And they're back. It's another Cardinal first down, Barry Hine. Did you hear that?
What? I believe I'd already covered that. Inside 11 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter. Carlson in the gun. Hands off to Morikawa. Kept it again. Goes to Hoskins over the middle. The play action works. He's got enough for the first down plus a yard, an 11-yard gain just like that. It's first down again.
That's exactly what the Cardinals were doing really well in the first quarter. When they had the ball, they were just kind of just those quick passes, quick in routes. Just not much indecisiveness whatsoever out of Carlson right now.
1st and 10, ball at the 20. Pump fakes to the right, rolls out to his left, throws on the run, has his man inside the 10, and that is Masita taken down at the 7-yard line. Gain of about 12. We'll move the sticks again. 1st and goal for the Alexandria Cardinals on this first drive. They have moved it down smooth.
That was the old John Elway. Everybody go one way and then move right all the way back to the left with your left-handed quarterback. Defense isn't ready for it. Wide open.
And hit Mark Jackson.
Nice.
Carry on the right side for a gain of about a yard. 2nd and goal from the 6 coming up.
It's funny that we kind of use that reference. Tech Tigers trying to call themselves the Orange Crush after those Denver Broncos.
They're wearing their whites tonight, though, so I don't know if they can pull it off. The White Crush, not as fancy, not as impressive.
Sounds like a diet drink.
Run right side. That is Morikawa inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal from there. Hand off again to Morikawa. Hit and drop. There's Isaiah Green. Big loss on the play. It'll bring up 4th and goal back at the 6, a loss of 3 on the play. And Isaiah Green pumped up about that play. Nice job getting into the backfield.
This is where the Tech Tiger defense has been stifling it up. Just on this end, our left end, and from our vantage point, where you can, whether they're defending the goal or they're with Alexandria with their backs to the goal, this is where they've made their hay defensively.
Carlson, 4th and goal from the 6. Hands off to Morrical. He's got room around the right side. Is he going to get into the inside the pylon? He will. It's a touchdown, Alexandria. What a big play for the offense for the Cardinals. 20-14 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 8:47 to go here in the 3rd.
Nothing cute there. They had the offensive line just completely sealing the defensive line of the Tech Tigers, and Morrical almost went all the way into the end zone, almost untouched all the way until the goal line, and just fought his way for that last half yard.
One of those torturing runs. He ran all the way across the field. It took forever, and the Tigers could just could do nothing but sit there and watch him get to the goal line, essentially. Finally got there and put a hit on him, but it wasn't in time. The extra point is good. 21-14. We've got 8:47 to play here in the 3rd. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. To 14 now on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 8:47 to go in the 3rd. A 6-yard touchdown run by Morrical gets the Alexandria Cardinals up. I want to say thanks to the law office of Bradshaw and Bryant, seeking justice for the injured. Kick from Hawk. Back inside the 10 to the 7 for Fedema. Runs it across the 15. Jumps over a tackler. Hit again. Or hit by another, rather, by the 17-yard line. That's where the Tigers will have it here to start this drive. Not much doing on the return for Fedema. About a 10-yard return on the kick.
That's where Fedema's propensity to get a little cute with the jukes and jives isn't as effective on the kicking and return type game, just because you want to see him grab that ball and just go upfield. You just want to see him use his speed and get as many yards as he possibly can. Now they're kind of behind the 20s.
And off to Oswara on the counter as they faked it to Fedema, and no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. They had Isaiah Green in there at wide receiver, and that down wide to the right side. And he'll stay in there. We'll see if they use him here on this drive. Gallardi wide left, and Oster in the slot on the wide side of the field to the left. 2 backs in the backfield for Trevick. He rolls out to his left. And he's going to throw, and against his body, Gallardi was the receiver out there, but it's at his feet, out of bounds. 3rd and long coming up for the Tech Tigers. I want to say thanks to Shields. When it comes to gear and expert advice, they're right there with you, and right there in St. Cloud in the Crossroads Mall.
There hasn't been a whole lot there for the Tech Tigers in the passing game. Just 8 yards passing so far for Trevick.
8:12 to go here, 3rd and 10. In the gun, Trevick sets up, goes over the middle to Green, has the first down at the 30-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 29. That'll be enough for a first down. Gain of about 11 there on 3rd and 10. Big play for the Tigers to keep the drive alive.
We usually don't see Isaiah Green in the middle of the field like this. Usually we see him in the red zone exclusively. Maybe just trying to open up the passing game a little bit more.
And off to Oswara up the middle, across the 30, lowers the boom, and gets out to about the 33-yard line. Gain of about 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. I say thanks to All-Star Trophy and Awards. Make everyone feel like a champion, All-Star Trophy and Awards. Trevick hands fakes the handoff. Play action, rolls out to his left, and had his receiver off his hands. Incomplete. And I'm trying to get a number there. That was Fedema, I believe. A little bit behind him, but should have been caught.
Fedema doesn't miss those very often. He had 5, 6, maybe 7 yards before anyone was even near him. It's a tough catch, but that's one that he usually makes and turns upfield for a big gain.
Both hands on it, reaching behind him. Not where he wanted to put the ball, but he should have caught it. Quick flat pass to Fedema. He jukes out a tackle, tries to reverse field, goes the other way, has some blocks. He's got a little bit of room out to about the 38, about 1.5 yards shy of the first down.
It's going to be an interesting move out of John Benson here. It looks like he's got a full 2 yards to go for the first down, though.
Yeah, it's not a great spot. It is about full 2 yards, 4th and 2, so they're going to have to punt it away. Lego's going to be closer. Long 2 to go here.
This is one of those spots that John Benson kind of likes to gamble from time to time, but he likes to be within that 1.5 to 1 yard range. Wouldn't have been surprised had he gone for it.
Oster on to punt. Low kick. And bounces at the 35 across the 30. Holscher lets it go down to about the 27-yard line. About a 36-yard punt.
Not a bad net out of the punting out of Sam Oster tonight.
He's having a pretty good night punting, yeah. Want to say thanks to M&H Appliance, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana Appliances. Check them out at mnhappliance.com.
Not very often we talk about the punting and kicking game coming into effect in a Tech Tiger football game, but you know, when Oster's kicking the way he is, it's kind of nice. And the field position has been just perfect for Tech Tigers in that first half. Hopefully they can keep that going in the second half.
Make the handoff, play action, going down the near sideline, and it is up and caught. The receiver goes up and catches it across midfield. He'll be at about the 46-yard line. 31-yard gain.
Wasn't the best throw that you could have got, but Cody Branson got every little point of that air that he possibly could and just caught it right in his chest. Good catch, and then had the wherewithal just to kind of make sure that he stayed in bounds. It's very close. Very good play on Cody Branson.
High in the air to get that one. Carlson, hands off. Morikawa picking his way around the right edge now. Cuts it up across the 40, taken down at about the 35. He'll be just shy of a first down at the 36-yard line. 2nd and 1 coming up. I say thanks to Kelm and Reuter, attorneys who make a difference.
This is where, if you're the Cardinals, you just want to impose your will. Just kind of tell the Tech Tigers that this was never your ball game. Just want to have a few more runs here and house it to the end zone and get Tech down like they've been their last couple losses.
And off to Morikawa, he sidesteps the tackler and falls forward back to about the line of scrimmage. He might be a little shy, a short loss there on 2nd and 1, so 3rd and maybe 2 coming up here. Nice job by the Tech defense, stopping him short. I want to say thanks to C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. C&D Granite, home of the unlimited lifetime guarantee. 3rd and 2. Carlson in the gun, low snap. We've got a whistle and a stoppage of play here.
I believe they're going to get the Cardinals on a false start.
And I think I saw the offside call.
Oh.
And that's going to give the Cardinals a first down without having to run a play on 3rd and 2. The ball up to the 32-yard line now. 1st and 10 from there.
I can't see John Benson's reaction, but I can't imagine he's all that happy with that.
Would be surprised if he was. So thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Check them out at mckaysdodge.com. We've got just over 5 minutes to play in the 3rd. Alexandria with a 21-14 lead on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, and the ball 1st and 10 on the Tigers' 32. Make the pass to the right. Rolling out to his left is Carlson. Throws on the run, has Masita across the 30, the 25, the 20, taken out on the near sideline on about the 16-yard line, a gain of 16. Sets them up 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line. I want want to say thanks to North Risk Partners. Face risk head on. They are here to help. Visit northriskpartners.com. Low snap. Hand off to Morikawa. Hit and taken down for little gain, if any.
By number 88, Logan Hansen.
Logan Hansen was there. Also number 56, Anthony Nelson.
Anthony Nelson.
You can see the last couple offensive series, you get the Alexandria Cardinals getting the whole offensive line going toward the right, and then they have the roll out towards the left. Wide open receivers. Tech's just not ready for it in the secondary.
Inside 4.5 to play now in the third. Carlson in the gun, 2nd and 10. Back to pass, pump fakes, rolls out to his left, looks, throws into the end zone, trying to find his teammate on the near sideline in the end zone, just outside of his reach, out of bounds. Cody Branson again, the intended receiver. Rifled that one, just a little outside of Branson's reach, unable to get a hand on it.
He had to throw it high because there was a Tech Tiger. There was double coverage on the play and had one of the Tech Tigers towards the goal line that could have underneath. And kind of a dangerous throw, but he did the right move, do a high percentage, low percentage type deal just to make sure that sailed wide.
The only one who had a chance at it at all was Branson. He's long too. You never know who he might be able to bring in. He's 6'3". Carlson back in the gun. Hoskins in motion. Make the jet sweep. Play action. Over the middle, man. Branson in the end zone. Touchdown pass from 16 yards. And Alexandria is up 27-14. 4:12 to play in the third.
If you're Tech Tigers, that's exactly what you didn't want to happen. Everybody bit on the jet sweep, and everybody bit on the fake little handoff wide open in the middle of the end zone. Just a quick, easy pitch and catch for 6.
The extra point by Sean Hawk can make it a 2-touchdown game. Hold is good. And Hawk is perfect for on extra points tonight. It is 28-14 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. We'll be back with a kickoff next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Thank you very much, Justin. And then during that break, we sent it back to the KNSI Sports studio on the radio, and Todd Simpson gave an update on the Twins-Yankees game. Yankees up 5-4, and I said off air to Justin, the Twins cannot beat the Yankees. And he said, they can. This is a different year.
They're gonna. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
They're winning 7-6 tonight, Barry.
Fedema. The kickoff at the 16, bounces it out to the near side and breaks through a tackle across the 35 and finally stopped and taken out of bounds near the 40. Nice return for Fedema out to the 41-yard line. About a 32-yard kickoff return. Tech Tigers will have decent field position on the 41.
Did exactly what I was hoping for on the last kick return, just kind of grabbed the ball and went straight upfield.
4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Now they got the spot right. They had it back on the 40 all of a sudden. Move it back to the 41. Under center, Trevitt hands it off right side to Fedema. Bounces off a tackle to the outside across the 45. Sidesteps another tackler across midfield and has the first down at the 47-yard line. 12-yard gain. That'll move the chain. The Tigers in Alexandria territory. Trevitt hands it off to Fedema, left side, hit, and taken down. Put him behind the line of scrimmage. They apparently didn't take the forward momentum into consideration because he was back to the line of scrimmage.
I didn't see him reset his momentum, so it should have got at least a yard out of that.
Second and a strange 11. Handoff right side to Fetterman. Side steps and stiff arms. Gets hit at the 45, drags the tackler with him to the 40. Fetterman running hard. Gain of about 8, brings up 3rd and 3.
Last 2 runs out of Troy Fedema are the most Troy Fedema runs you're ever going to see. Looks like he has nothing going, and then just a couple steps, he's got 8-10 yards.
Take the handoff. Trevick keeps it. He runs right, gets hit, and stumbles forward across the 35. Gets the first down, plus an extra 2 yards. Gain of about 5 there. Nice hard run by Trevick getting in on the carrying on the night.
I was wondering if they're going to start employing that quarterback option a little bit just to keep the defense on their toes, just to make sure that Fedema does have the ball, that Oswara does have the ball. Maybe they're onto something now.
Oswara does have the ball. He ducks inside a tackle down to about the 31-yard line, a gain of 3. And Trevick hasn't run the ball a ton this year. Well, it certainly did take Alexandria a bit by surprise there.
They tend to save it for the red zone, but might be a good time right now, down 2 touchdowns.
Jet sweep. Fedema loses his footing, trying to cut around a block. No gain on the play. So 3rd and 6 coming up. We're inside 2.5 to play now. Clock running in the 3rd quarter. Tech down 28-14 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Trevick rolls out to his left and has his man, threw it behind him a little bit and hit him as he went to the turf to try to come up with a great catch. Incomplete. Fedema unable to come up with it. That's the one that you can't expect him to come up with. He has Trevick trying to throw against his body, rolling to the left.
He had Oster open right away and then just threw it behind him, and Oster trying to come back and get everything he could to try to make that catch. That would have been a heck of a catch on Oster, but just can't haul it in. Would have been a big play for Tech now.
4th and 6 coming up here. Empty backfield other than Trevick in the gun. 4 wide receivers. There's the snap. 5 wide, excuse me. Goes over the middle and is a little too hard for Isaiah Green, a little too much on it. Whistled through his hands. Incomplete. Turnover on downs, back to Alexandria.
Just through his hands. That's first down. That's the exact play that you want. You had 2 receivers right there. Even if it was thrown through Fedema's hand or a throw through Isaiah Green's hands, you almost had another wide receiver right behind him who should have caught that too. It's just a bad set of events here for Tech Tigers, who they just needed something to go their way.
You give the ball over. 1st and 10 on the Cardinals 31.
I tell you what, you can't do right now if you're the Tech Tigers. Nice lengthy, like 4, 5, 6 minute drive for a touchdown.
Takes the handoff quickly out to Masita on the edge. Right side, he sidesteps the tackle, hit, spins away from another one and falls down, almost got away. He's got a gain of 12. Chris Schmidt is the one who came up with the tackle. Excuse me, that's Lincoln Benson, number 15, who came up with the tackle. We're inside 2 minutes to play in the 3rd here, and Alexandria starting to hog-tie this one a little bit. Hog-tie the momentum in their favor. They're up by 2 scores and have the ball. Quick pass out to Masita at the 40. Gets around a tackle, shows some moves, then is hit and driven back. He gets out to about the 47. We've got a flag coming in from the near sideline. It's during the tackle, so you're wondering if maybe it's a face mask.
Thought maybe it was a hold on one of the wide receivers that were out against.
Oh, you might be right. It is. Good call, Justin Ekstrom.
Kind of a strange spot, too, how the referee gave him about a yard more than what he actually gained, too. So good thing for Tech that they weren't, that they did get that holding call against them.
Well, hopefully they got the spot of the foul right. 1:35 to go here in the 3rd. Now 1st and 18 after the penalty. The Cardinals, ball back on their 35-yard line. And Hoskins in motion. Matthew Carlson waits the snap, has it, hands off to Morikawa. He's hit, taken down for no gain. 2nd and 18 on the way. Nice job by the Tech Tigers defense.
Give him a gain of 1, I guess.
Major Campbell there along with Hunter Stoltz. They did give him a gain of 1. So 2nd and 17 on the way. We tick inside, a minute to play here in the third quarter. I want to say thanks to Clearwater Travel Plaza. Carlson back in the gun. Morikawa to his left, 4 wide. Now Hoskins in motion to the right. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Letting it go. Deep down the near sideline and out in front of everybody, intended for Branson.
Branson's been kind of the go-to receiver this second half for Matthew Carlson, but it looked like he was open again there, even with double coverage. Just a missed opportunity on the Alexandria Cardinals. And now if you're the Tech Tigers, you need a big stop here.
Tech had a good rush coming in off the edge, and although Carlson had plenty of time, he kind of threw it off his back foot, put a little too much on it, overcorrected a little too much. 3rd and 17 coming up here. Hoskins in motion again. 4 wide. Back to pass is Carlson. Goes over the middle, has his man. Hoskins dropped it right in the bucket. He's across the 40, spun down at about the 35. A 29-yard gain.
That is the exact same play formation they ran the previous play, back to back, and they just went to a different route that was incidentally open the time before as well. He just chose not to go that route, and this time a little better protection. And here they are, Alexandria driving once again.
Clock running. We're at 20 seconds and counting here. Back to pass again is Carlson. He tucks it and runs around a rusher across the 30 down to about the 25. Gain of about 9 yards there. Will bring up 2nd and 1. That might be the final play of our third quarter. It looks like it will be, as we're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good countdown, Barry.
That's what I do. Just had to watch the clock and follow it. Let it lead the way. 28-14, the score on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Alexandria with the lead and a 2nd and 1 when we come back to start the fourth quarter next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. We've got 12 minutes up on the clock, a fourth quarter to go, and the Tech Tigers, their work cut out for them, trailing 28-14 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard, along with Justin Ekstrom in Alexandria. I'm Barry Hine. We appreciate you joining us. Want to say thank you to Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office. Also want to say thanks to Bitstream Productions for bringing us our live stream game of the week, our streaming game of the week, on KNSIRadio.com. Thanks to Brian and the gang. And we've got a pass down the near sideline to start the fourth quarter. Just like that, a 25-yard strike. And that is to number 8, Cade Blankenship, his first catch of the game from Carlson. Don't even get a chance to settle into the fourth quarter, and Alexandria is up by 20.
Nothing special there, just beat the quarterback right off the line of scrimmage, wide open. You're not going to get much easier pass than that if you're a high school quarterback.
So we are 5 seconds into the fourth quarter, and a touchdown already scored. Hawk on to kick the extra point. And that one is good. That looked no good as well. We must just have a weird angle up here.
Eerily similar to the other three from this side.
It's weird, but it is 35-14. We'll be back with a kickoff next. You're listening to and watching high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. actually more fraternal twins. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, we're on the air.
All right, after the score, 35-14 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. I want to say thanks to Brian from Bitstream Productions, along with Donna and Jaden tonight, doing the camera work. Appreciate them, all the hard work they're doing. It's not a warm night in Alexandria, and they're braving the elements, and we appreciate it. Hawk with the kick, short, and to the middle, taken by Fedema. He's got some room across the 30, picks his way across the 35. Around the 36-yard line is where he'll be taken down. Tech will have the ball back, trailing by 21 points inside 12 minutes to play in the ball game.
If you're Tech, what can you do right now? Like, you need to sustain something, and the passing game is just not there, and that's what you need right now.
If you've got a way to come up with a quick score, I'd do that, whatever it is.
Oh, thanks for that one.
Trailing by 21. Run up the middle, Fedema's got room across the 40, hit, struggling to about the 44-yard line. Gain of about 7, brings up 2nd and 3. Want to say thanks to Shields, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the KNSI Sports Network. Tigers quickly back to the line, handoff to Fedema. He gets to the line and then hit hard and driven back. They may have given him forward progress. It doesn't look like they're going to give him any gain. Looks like 3rd and 3 coming up.
Well, I'm looking for right now is where's Kedrick Aswara at? I haven't seen him for about almost an entire quarter.
Trevick back to pass, goes over the middle, intended for Schmidt. That's Oster. Too tall for Oster. Incomplete. 4th and 3 coming up. Big down for the Tech Tigers.
You want to get any momentum going right now, you got to get your best 4th down play. Maybe try for one of those home run balls. Like, if you think they're going to run it, and then just try for like a nice out, something. Just try for a prayer. Just throw out the prayer.
Trevick rolling to his right. He'll hold on to it, he tucks it, and he's going to be hit for minimal, if any, gain. Out of bounds on the far sideline. That'll be a turnover on downs. The Alexandria Cardinals keep the momentum in their favor with the stop on 4th down there. Just under 11 to play here in the ball game. Want to say thanks to M&H Appliance. So the Alexandria Cardinals get the ball on the turnover on downs. Good field position as well. 1st and 10 on the 42 of the Tech Tigers.
Not sure what the Tech Tigers were trying to do offensively there, but nobody was open. Absolute blankets on defense. Alexandria, it's like they knew exactly what play they were going to run. I was hoping more of, like, if you were looking for a run-pass option, but not just like a sweeping, long, lengthy play where Trevick is just going to hang on to it. I'm not sure what to say on that one.
Makes the handoff quickly out to Hoskins and almost intercepted as Schmidt was there. It was a dangerous pass. They faked the handoff and tried to do a quick swing pass out in the flat to Hoskins, and Schmidt almost took it away.
That's what you call getting a little too cute. You got to stick with what's got you here, and that is not what got you here.
But you could look for that pick 6, the way they run those passes out into the flat like that. If you're the Tech Tigers, they almost came up with one there, and that would be exactly what they need. Quick pick and a score the other way with under 11 to go and trailing by 21. Hoskins in motion to the right this time. 4 wide. Hand off to Jost. He's got room. He bounces around, or off a tackle rather, and backs his way to about the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 5 or 6. Looks like they're going to put it on the 37, so a gain of 5. 3rd and 5 coming up. As well.
Tech is playing really soft coverage right now. It's just asking and begging Alexandria to go for another home run ball.
No hurry to get the play off. We're inside 5 on the play clock, and now we'll get a whistle and a timeout by Alexandria. Timeout on the field. All timeouts brought to you by McKay's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Check them out on mckaysdodge.com. We'll take the timeout with them, and we'll be back with more. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network.
Next Friday night, Alexandria, VS Hotel, Moorhead, and St. Cloud Tech.
always tell it's Gabe Anderson back there coming up with our bumper music. I always appreciate that. Welcome back to the KNSI Sports Network.
Thanks for taking over. Appreciate that. Just looking at my gloves. And the ball is on the turf on the snap. Going down to get it is Carlson. He is hit and dropped for a big loss. The Tech Tigers needed that defensive play. They needed a quick 3 and out to get the ball back, trailing by 3 scores. We're inside 10 minutes to go here.
I'm completely baffled by that series by Alexandria. You have the game basically in hand. All you want to do is just run, or quick outs. What's got you to this point, and they're just starting to get cute. I don't know if they were looking for another home run ball and it wasn't there, but good time out on attack when they took it at the right time, because they definitely had a mismatch going and called up the right play defensively. 4th and 13.
Oh, bad, really bad punt. Straight left, essentially. This doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Ball, the line of scrimmage was the 46. And they're going to spot it at the 49. Net gain, or net loss of 3 yards on the punt. Yikes.
Whew. That would have been if I was kicking with my left foot.
Holy cow, that was really awful.
You got to be scratching your head at Alexandria right now. Like, if you're sitting on the sideline watching your team right now, just close it out. But if you're a Tech Tigers fan, well, you still got a little bit of life. You got 9:23 left on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Just go in and score right now. Let's see what you got.
Hands it off to Oswara right up the middle. He falls forward for a gain of a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up, maybe 7.
There's Oswara.
Thanks to Kelman Rudin. We've got an injury on the field now, a late flag coming out. Flag laying on about the 45-yard line of the Alexandria Cardinals. The referee's talking. See what they've called here. The injured player laying near midfield on his back.
I didn't see the actual injury, anything happen.
Sportsmanlike conduct, number 7 of the offense. 15-yard penalty.
7? It's Gallardi. That's what they said, or did they say 70?
I thought they said 7.
Oh, he's like the smallest guy on the field.
That's usually the one that starts the fights, I guess. I don't know.
Really? Is that how it works? He's 5'9", 140 pounds.
Well, they're usually the ones that if
feisty.
If college has taught me anything, it's always your smallest buddy that gets you in the fight.
Huh, interesting.
I don't even know what the unsportsmanlike was for. I didn't even see anything. Like, both teams were away from each other, so I don't know what happened there. You have to go back and look at the Bitstream later on.
The injured player for the Alexandria Cardinals is number 85, Derek Pesta. Hopefully that's not the guy that Gallardi went after, because he's 6'2", 216. What do you want if he did? Because he's injured. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a skirmish.
Might have just
what
been
happened.
a little, away from the injury, a little extra something going on after the play. Trevick back to pass, looks over the middle, goes deep for Isaiah Green. He goes up and gets it, brings it down at the 31. What a beautiful catch.
Pass is complete.
35 yards on the gain to Isaiah Green. Big play for the Tigers, as they're now into Cardinals territory.
Little hurry up mode now. One thing you got to say about Tech is they do not give up ever.
4 wide for Trevick. He hands it off to Oswara. Dances in the hole and powers his way to about the 25-yard line. A gain of about 6 there. Brings up 2nd and 4. I want to say thanks to C&D Granite, home of the unlimited guarantee. Snap. Making the handoff. Trevick keeping it, bouncing it outside. He's going to get hit. Short of the first down, a couple of flags flying in. I think we're going to get a hold on that right end there. We'll await the call to make sure.
Tech's got to hope it's some kind of offsetting penalty, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Well, instead of a short yardage situation, it's going to be double-digit yardage.
Sort everything out here. Maybe did they pick up the second flag, or is there a second penalty?
Holding. Offense number 9. 10-yard penalty.
Fed him out with the hold.
hold. I think they both saw the same thing out there. The flags are in the same area. It'll be second and about 14.
Anytime Tech gets a little bit of momentum going in this fourth quarter, they just can't. The mistakes that we've been seeing from them, especially last week and now this week, kind of moving over. It took until the second half, but they're happening.
Ball back on the 34. Trevick back to pass. Deep over the middle again. Has his man Fedema at about the 17. Gain of about 18 yards there. That'll move the chain. And the Tigers finding yardage deep over the middle in this drive a couple of times now. Once to Isaiah Green and now to Fedema. Inside 8.5 to go. Quickly to the line, the Tigers once again. Fedema with 4 wide. Hands it off to Oswara up the middle. And he jumps between 2 tackles, gets inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Gain of about 8 will bring up 2nd and 2. We're going to say it's 2nd and 1 as we come up on 8 minutes to play. Trevick fakes the handoff. Play action, rolls to his right, tucks it, runs inside the 5, breaks 2 tackles on either side of him. In for the touchdown is Trevick. A 9-yard touchdown strike. And the Tigers back to within 2 scores, 35-20 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard with just under 8 to play.
That's exactly what you wanted. Tech Tigers needed to score quick, and it was in the hands of your quarterback. Your senior quarterback, Nate Trevick, he made all the decisions in that whole entire drive. There was one just hiccup, but now let's see if they can get the 2 and make things a little bit interesting.
Well, they're going for 2, as you mentioned. Handoff up the middle, right side, and the score. 2 points is good for Kedrick Oswara. And that cuts it to 13, 35-22 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. All right, it is now 35-22 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 7:57 to play in Alexandria. The Tech Tigers still behind against the Cardinals here. We've got a little bit of rain maybe falling now.
Why not, right?
Yeah, of course.
Nothing better when things are cold is when they're also sloppy and wet too. That's great stuff.
Why just be cold when it can be cold and wet?
Thanks, Mother Nature. We appreciate you.
Fedema about to kick it off. And Hoskins is the deep man. They're playing an onside kick set here. Everybody other than Hoskins is up near midfield between the 50 and the 40-yard line. Hoskins back on his own 12 or 13. Ball falling off the tee again. We've had issues with that. Isaiah Green is going to hold it for Fedema. A kick left, bounces up, it is dropped by the first man to touch it, and I believe the Cardinals got on it after that. It was a pretty good onside kick, bounced high in the air, and he had a man flub it. The Cardinals get on it pretty quickly. I want to say thanks to McKay's Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat.
The only thing that Fedema did a little wrong, and it was actually a perfect onside kick, just a little bit too much distance. What you want is a little more towards the sideline so your guys can get there when that bobble is. They can be there to gobble it up. But it was still well executed for the most part.
So inside 8 to go. Alexandria with the ball and the 13-point lead. Carlson hands it off to Morikawa. He's trying to bounce it out around the left edge. He gets a few yards out to about the 48. Gain of about 5 will bring up 2nd and 5. He's pretty quick. He sets it up well. Patience, and then spurts around the edge and gets the yardage he didn't think was there to begin with. want to say thanks to Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Lifted, loaded, and jacked up trucks.
Jacked up trucks.
Second, and they're calling it 6 as they spot it back on the 47. Oh. Carlson in the gun. Hands it off to Morikawa, who is around a tackler in the backfield. And he bounces it to the near sideline across the 50 and hit out of bounds. Took a big hit by Devin Yeager.
1, 2, 3.
But that's enough for the first down. It gets to the 45 and moves the chain.
Little bit of frustration out of Yeager towards the end there. He's got to be careful.
That was close. I was kind of surprised to not see some yellow out there on the field.
Maybe they just want the game to get over too, I guess. I don't know.
The rain is coming down, and we see lightning. We'll have to stop play, so I certainly don't want that. Snap, Carlson, back to pass, goes down the near sideline, and it's way over everybody's head. It bounces at about the 6-yard line. And the closest receiver was Hoskins, and Stoltz was on the coverage for the Tigers. He was actually closer to it than Hoskins was.
Matthew Carlson had all day to play, or all day to throw, because I think there was at least 2 holds that could have been called on the offensive line. I'll have to go back and look at it, but it looked blatantly obvious on the center, right up the gut, where Tech probably should have got that call, but I don't know, maybe things are getting a little sloppy from the officiating right now.
2nd and 10, you might question why Alexandria did that. They stopped the clock. They hand it off to Morikawa. This time he's going to try to find room around the left edge. He spins away from a tackle. He's forward for a first down plus an extra 5 yards. A gain of about 15 there. They had him stopped about 3-4 yards shy, it looked like. Somehow spun out of there and moves the chain once again.
1, 2, 3. That's another
That
Cardinal.
I don't like to be bleak or doomsday-ish, but that might be the dagger right there. It's just you had him. You got to stop him. You got to make that tackle. Now they can basically run out. They don't even need to score here.
We got under 7 minutes to play. Snap. And off to Morikawa. Jump cuts. Nice jump cut. That opens up a wide open lane for him. And it's going to be a 30-yard touchdown scamper for Morikawa. Nolan Morikawa makes it 41-22 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. We have got 6 minutes and 28 seconds to play here in the ball game. I want to say thanks to Schultz Soft Water.
That puts Morikawa awfully near 200 yards on the day.
I'm sorry. We have got the one of the students for Alexandria running with the flag on the track in front of the field, in front of the crowd after the score, and he was struggling because the wind was holding him back with the flag. Took everything he had. Don't mean to laugh at him, but that was pretty funny.
Well, if you're going to do that to yourself, I mean, hey, like effort is there and all, but the execution isn't quite there. So I apologize if KNSI Sports Radio and Sports Network, Barry Hine and Justin Ekstrom, I mean, we're allowed to laugh a little bit, right?
Yeah, nothing bad happened. Just a struggle, that's all. We laugh at others' struggles. Is that right? All right?
Well, I've been struggling for 39 years.
You're
so.
hilarious. We all keep an eye on that.
Yeah. 39 years.
Keeps us feeling better about ourselves. 39, that's it?
I should actually wish my wife a happy anniversary tonight, by the way.
Yeah, by all means. Don't get in trouble.
11 years. 11 years. She's put up with me.
Yikes.
You've only put up with me for 2.
It's felt like 11 years tonight in the booth.
Well, congratulations to you, too.
Where are my flowers?
You didn't deliver me chicken wings.
It's true. I'm not into this. I'm not committed. 41-22. And they're about to kick the extra point here. We've had some people leave in the crowd as the rain started to come down. I don't believe it's coming down right now. Yeah, maybe it is still falling softly. And they're going for 2. Carlson rolling out to the left. He's going to pump fake, and he tucks it. Dives inside the far pylon and gets the 2-point conversion. 43-22 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 6:28 to go. We'll be back with the kickoff next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. 6:28 to go here. And the Alexandria Cardinals may have just nailed the coffin shut with that touchdown and the 2-point conversion, 43-22. Tech about to get the ball back with just under 6.5 to play here in Alexandria. We'll have the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show following this for you. We'll pick an All-Star Trophy player of the game as well before closing up shop here from Alexandria. We'll be back at it next Friday night here on both AM 1450, FM 99.3 KNSI, and KNSIRadio.com. Fedema fields the kick at about the 17, runs to the right, taken down from behind at about the 30. About a 13-yard return on the kick. The Tech Tigers back out there to try to come up with another quick score as the rain is falling softly, with the Tech Tigers' chances of coming away with a win on the road here tonight.
Lighten up a little bit.
Fall to 3-3 on the year, it looks like, and the Alexandria Cardinals look to be about to improve to 5-1.
It's a big win for Alexandria, because you cannot afford to be like a 3 seed in their Section 8-5A seedings.
Trevick deep down the middle to Isaiah Green, and he mistimed his jump, and looks like the receiver, the defensive back, may have helped him mistime his jump, as we've got a flag on the play, as you hear Alexandria's crowd's disapproval of the flag.
Could have gone incidental, could have gone either way, but something like this.
Kind of looked incidental to me too, yeah.
We couldn't see arm side as well, but I mean towards the body, it did look like maybe it was dragging him down. I don't know.
But it will be a first down, Tech Tigers, as they call it defensive pass interference. Ball moved up to the 45, still in Tech Tiger territory. Trevick in the gun. Oh, and it's a direct snap to Fedema. Fedema, jump cut across the 50, speeds across the 45. Finally corralled at the 41-yard line. Gain of about 19. So they stop the clock to set the chain with 6:11 to go. Trevick in the gun, back to pass. Over the middle. Picked, should have been picked off. Intended for Oswara. There jumping it was the defender, number 9, Jamison Molesworth, the 6-foot senior. Could not come up with it. Maybe I wonder if the ball maybe is a little wet because of the rain and it just slipped through his hand.
Alexandria finally going to like a cover 3 zone type, just like a prevent almost defense, and that should have been an easy pick.
Oswara around the right side, and he's going to try to find a lane. He'll be stopped for a loss of about 5. 3rd and 15 coming up. I want to say thanks to Murphy's Granite Carving. We've got under 6 minutes to play here in this one, and the hopes dwindling for the Tech Tigers. What was already a distant hope. They trail by 21 points here. We've got the referees conferencing about something. There's a flag laying somewhere, I guess, from what I'm hearing from Justin Ekstrom.
I'm not sure what the flag is for. It looks like maybe another unsportsmanlike.
There it is at the 40, near the far sideline. One of the refs' hats is off too.
Legal helmet contact, defense number 27.
Oh. That's going to bail the Tigers out.
15-yard penalty. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct number 27. Both will be enforced.
Wow, that's 2 personal fouls against the Cardinals. And it's going to be 30 yards the Tigers will gain. So that'll put them down on about the 15-yard line.
I'm not sure what the referees are seeing for these unsportsmanlike. It's got to be something the players are saying. Like they're dropping an F-bomb or whatever they're doing. They're definitely paying attention to it, because it's nothing that I can see. There's no skirmishes, there's no fighting. It's not like there's no cut blocks. There's nothing there that I can see. So it's got to be something that they're hearing.
Well, automatic first down, then that's the Tigers 30 yards.
Not very often you see
play.
that.
You don't see 30 yards of penalties on one play very often.
But the Tech Tigers, if you're them, you'll take it.
Yeah, they needed to get down near the goal line here. Direct snap to Fedema, right up the middle, squirts through a tackle. And another one finally gets across the 10-yard line, taken down at about the 9.5. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4 coming up. Want to say thanks to Premier Real Estate Services. Trevick fakes the handoff, play action, pump fakes, rolls out, in trouble, gets it to his man on the far sideline. That is Isaiah Green. At about the 6-yard line, looks like he's going to be near the first down. He's going to be just shy, 3rd and about a half a yard.
Public address announcer said Fedema, and Isaiah Green looked to the sidelines like,
hey,
I think I'm wearing number 5.
Give me my credit. And, oh, the ball's on the turf, picked up by Fedema. He's going to have the first down, plus more. He gets into the end zone. We do have a flag that flew in. That is a 6-yard touchdown run if it stands. We'll await the penalty call. Want to say thanks to North Risk Partners. Trevick seems to think the touchdown is going to stand.
Can't say enough about Troy Fedema, though. His just athletic ability. He's an elusive. He's a 5-sport athlete, basically. He plays all the time. He's just never gives up either. Like it's basically nothing. Like there's no reason to be like playing really, really hard except for you love it as much as he does. And it's just truly impressive out of that kid. Senior just doing whatever he can.
It was a heads-up play, too, to get the ball off the turf and run for a touchdown. Tigers score. That is going to stand because it's a face mask penalty on Alexandria. So they'll get 5 yards added on to the kickoff. So the Tigers going to go for 2 here. Try to cut it to 13, and they'll have to onside kick it either way with 5:22 to go. Trevick rolling out to his left, sets up, now reverses field back to his right, throws on the run, finds his man in the end zone, Oswara. 2-point conversion good as of right now. We've got a flag coming in from the backfield. So we'll wait the call. You have to imagine this is going to be a hold call due to how long the play took, and it was a big reversal of field. That's hard for linemen sometimes. You've got defenders trying to break away from the block and trying to get to the quarterback, and you're holding on to their inside their shoulder pads. You don't realize they're holding on to it until they try to break away and their jersey stretches out.
Blindside block.
Oh, blindside block. That's another thing you run the risk of when you reverse field like that.
Now they'll attempt the 15-yard or 17-yard or whatever it was. Is it going to be 12-yard 2-point conversion?
I don't know if I've expressed my displeasure with you about the blindside block.
Oh, my apologies.
I'm not. No. You don't need to apologize. I just don't like the fact that call exists now. It's football. You got to have your head on a swivel. If you're running one way, you've got to be mindful of a blocker trying to come and block you.
What I don't like it is when it's called on a wide receiver.
Well, there's a guy trailing the play. You just have to let him go to make the play. No, you block him. That's football. You block him. So I just have never liked the call, and hopefully they'll get rid of it at some point, but I don't think they will. Because anything in the name of safety, they just keep automatically. I know, it's just a weird call. There, I've ranted about it. It's my weekly rant on the blindside block.
Now it's going to be a 25-yard extra point try.
Yeah. So it remains a 15-point game. See what the Tech Tigers draw up here. Trevick will be in the gun. Drops back. He's going to heave it toward the goal line. Oh, he's got a man open. He had Oswara open near the left side of the end zone. He just let it fly. I don't know if he slipped out of his hand or didn't see him or what, but it's incomplete nonetheless. And it remains a 15-point ball game, 5:22 to play. We'll be back with the kickoff next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. 5:22 on the clock here. The Tech Tigers setting up for what will almost surely be an onside kick here as they trail by 15. 43-28 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Fedema has it teed up on the 40 and it falls off the tee, and Isaiah Green's going to come up and hold it again. And now the coach calls him back, said, no, we need you getting after the ball here. We can't afford a body. And now they are going to have somebody else come and hold it. That is Devin Yeager. They want Isaiah Green's tenacity getting after the football on the onside kick.
It's never good when you have to have one of your guys on the...
And even holding it, he almost lost it off the tee, and they kick it deep right. And we're going to get a flag.
Free kick infraction on the kicking team. Only 3 men on one side of the kicker. 5-yard penalty. Free kick.
Kick infraction, and not enough guys on either side of the kicker. So we'll kick it again. They'll lose those 5 yards that they got on the penalty on the face mask.
Hate to laugh, but literally when it's raining, it's pouring for Tech Tigers.
Just weird stuff. Weird penalties. I believe the rain has shut off.
Is that how that works? It just shuts off?
Yeah. The faucet has been turned off.
You're a weatherman most of the day. Can you tell me why? Why does it stop?
There isn't any more falling out of the sky.
Okay.
No more in the clouds.
The barometric pressure is...
We weren't supposed to get too... I'm not a meteorologist.
You're not Ray Miller?
So they've got it teed up, and somebody else holding it now. It is number 32, Tim Walter. Here's the kick. They're going to kick it high and deep to the left side. Hoskins takes it at the 20 and runs across the 25 and just goes to the ground at the 27. So the Cardinals will have the ball. 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line.
You know, you may laugh. A game like it's still doable. You just need a turnover right now. You need something.
Yeah, a quick pick six or a scoop and score. You're right back in this thing.
Well, if you're the Cardinals, you shouldn't even be throwing the ball. Just be running, but you just gotta you just gotta put the helmet on the ball.
Why I included the pick six or the scoop and score. Excuse me.
You gotta get the helmet on the ball. You gotta do something. You just gotta make something work.
They've thrown at weird times tonight, so I'm not putting it past them.
Right. What I do appreciate about the Tech Tigers is they never give up. We've seen them in lopsided losses this year, and they just don't stop.
There's the handoff. Morikawa around the right edge, cuts it up across the 30, and spins away from a group of tacklers across the 40. He may be gone as he's off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. That is a 73-yard touchdown run for Nolan Morikawa. And it is 49-28. 5:04 to go.
Well, before that, I said it was doable. You need some kind of scoop and score. You need something. It is no longer doable. I am waving the white flag.
Didn't want Nolan Morikawa to scoop it from the quarterback and score from 73.
Right. And I think Nolan Morikawa just supplanted himself as an All-Star Trophy and Awards Player of the Game candidate.
Yeah, hard to argue that. Sean Hawk on to kick again. He's perfect from, or rather 4 extra points on the night. And it is good. 50-28 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 5:04 to go. We'll be back with the kickoff next. You're watching and listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. So a little over 5 minutes on the game clock here in Alexandria, and the Tech Tigers trail 50-28 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. And they're about to get the ball back. Sean Hawk has it teed up on the near hash, the 40-yard line. Kicking left to right. And now Hunter Stoltz is the deep man. They might be trying to reverse on this kick or something maybe, as one of the upbacks is Fedema. Back to Stoltz at the 15. And he's going to run it. Going to try to bounce it out to the near sideline. Bounces it up around a tackle across the 30. Spun down at the 35. There on the tackle is number 35, Xavier Holmovig. Nice tackle in the open field. Well, we're at 4:56 to go here. The Tigers offense back out there.
You get a little more. This is the most we've seen Isaiah Green as like a wide receiver or tight end in the offense. They started it before the game was out of hand too, so it's interesting getting him a few more snaps on the offensive side.
4 wide as they hand it off to Oswara. Forward progress will get him to the 40. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 upcoming. And again, before we close up shop after the game, we'll have the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office post-game show. Pick a player of the game from All-Star Trophy and Awards as well. Make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards. Trevick rolling to his right, throwing on the run, intended for Isaiah Green. It's out in front of everybody to the turf and out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and 7 on the way.
Isaiah Green trying a little bit of a double move, but they had him double covered, and there was nothing there. Trevick was just hoping and praying that one found his big receiver.
4:29 to go. Clock stopped. 22-point game. Trevick in the gun. Hands it off to Oswara, right side. He's got a little bit of room across the 45, lowers his shoulder and stumbles his way to about the 46-yard line, maybe the 45. Gain of about 15. Oswara just willing his way to the 45 on that run. It's a jet sweep to Fedema around the left side. He's got room across the 40. Stiff arms, a tackler, cannot get away from it though, to about the 33-yard line. There on the tackle for the Cardinals, Jamison Molesworth. Clock running, approaching 4 minutes to play. Trevick back to pass. Deep, over the middle for Isaiah Green. Goes up and gets his hand on it, unable to bring it down. Looking for a pass interference call, will not get it. There on the coverage is Derek Peepo, number 29. Nice coverage by Peepo. Isaiah had his hand on it, though. It would have been a great catch.
Looks like he mistimed his jump just a little bit. Didn't quite high point the ball that you kind of want to see out of the senior, but it's just kind of demoralizing right now, where all you can do is just kind of try a few different things, trying to get like a quick score, trying to do something.
Hand off to Oswara. He's to the 30. He'll be stopped there. Gain of a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 on the way. Or 3rd, rather, coming up. Clock running. Approaching 3.5 now.
I appreciate the hurry up on attack, though. They're still, they're not giving up.
Trevick back to pass, over the middle. Finds Green at the 10-yard line. He's taken down at about the 8. Gain of about 22 on the quick strike there. And the Tigers are 1st and goal at about the 7 is where they put it.
1st and goal.
There's the snap. Trevick hands off to Oswara. Hit and taken down for little if any gain. Maybe a yard. 2nd and goal from there.
Tackled by Xavier Holmovig.
I'll punch this in. We get to see another onside kick failure with the tee and stuff, and that's fun stuff, Barry Hine.
Rolling out to his left is Trevick. Gonna set up and throw into the back of the end zone, and incomplete through his hands. That was intended for Gallardi.
In the end zone for number 7.
In the back corner, I don't know if had he gotten it, had he caught it, would he have been able to get his foot down and control it, but it was a tough one to catch nonetheless.
It's one of those you still want to see. In a game like this, you still want to see your wide receivers making those plays. He's a senior. It's just like, I mean, you want to at least see the attempt. He got both hands on it. He should have made the catch. Probably would have been out of bounds, but you still want to see it.
4 wide for Trevick, back to pass. Looks to his right. Now tries to go into the end zone, and it's intended for Isaiah Green. He threw it high for the tall wide receiver, but too tall and out of bounds, incomplete. 4th and goal coming up from the 6.
You know, you want a quick score. You do, but you have 6 yards to get it. You have 3 downs to get it. You can do quick pitches. You can do whatever you want. Try to quick score. These like high point balls, very low percentage. You want your best plays right now.
Trevick back to pass, goes in the flat to Oswara. He sets up the tackler and runs to the left. He'll be taken down at about the 4-yard line. Gain of a couple, and the Cardinals defense holds. Their offense will come out, try to run off the last 2:49 in this one.
Looks like Oswara's down on the ground. He got crunched up, folded in half a little bit. Slow to get up, still on the ground.
He got taken down kind of awkwardly, and he's upset. He's really upset, so you hope this isn't serious.
Especially in something like this, though, like you get everything out of your senior running back, Kedrick Oswara. Like I've been saying, I know it's probably just redundantly redundant, so to speak, but there's no quitting these guys. Fedema, Trevick, Oswara, Isaiah Green, all these seniors, you're seeing everything they got right now, even when the game's completely out of hand.
Some teammates coming over to check on their buddy Kedrick Oswara. Make sure he's okay. It looks like they're going to help him up. And he's going to walk under his own power. And he's picking up steam. Looks like he's going to be okay. That's a good sight. When you see a guy yelling and banging his helmet on the turf after he's hurt, you start to think, does he know that it's serious and it's bad? But it looks like he's going to be all right. Walking off under his own power. Good to see.
Kind of an awkward tackle. Kind of one of those top half tackles where you just kind of, your body gets folded over the tackler, and you never know what could happen there. It could be hip, could be chest, could be shoulder, could be just about anything.
Kind of got his upper body pulled back against his legs were going one way, and his body folded back the opposite way. And it looks like he's going to be okay, and that's certainly good news. So somehow 2 seconds ran off the clock for Alexandria. I'm not sure how that happened. Hometown clock. Not that it matters. Handoff. Right side, and falling across the 5 to about the 7-yard line. Gain of a yard is the running back, that is Morakel. Well, no, that was Jost. I almost said that and then second-guessed myself. Aaron Jost with the yard gain.
I don't think Morakel has to touch the ball anymore. His last 2 touches have gone for 40 and 73, both TDs. So I think he's good on the day.
Yeah, we want to run the clock out. We don't need you to run another touchdown and give the ball back to them for any amount of time. Hand off to Jost, left side, and he's going to force his way out near the 10-yard line, maybe to the 11. So 3rd and about 3 coming up here. And we tick inside 2 minutes to play.
Now what we get to see next week, and the week within 6 days, you have 2 games in 6 days for the Tech Tigers. Most certainly a loss here, but you have 2 winnable games at home. Like, I really want to see something out of them next week. I'll be doing the game with you next Friday at Tech Tiger Stadium. You just want to see what kind of fire. I saw the fire in the first half that I wanted to see out of the Tech Tigers. I just didn't. In the 3rd quarter was just a total demoralization. They didn't even give the ball over. It was on downs. They won the turnover battle tonight, and they still got smoked.
With the handoff, may have gained a half a yard. It'll be 4th and a few here. We got a whistle. I don't know why. St. Cloud Tech took a timeout with 1:17 to go.
To the chagrin of the home crowd.
Groan.
The home crowd was, really? Hey, John Benson's going to get all the effort he can out of all of his guys. This is where he wants to see his guys play.
And the rain has started to fall a little heavier here. It's come back and started falling fairly heavily. Somebody turned the faucet back on.
That's how that works, I guess. It's raining heavier because it's coming out of the sky?
Yes.
I
don't want to get all scientific on you.
You ever remember that commercial where it's like that? Matt Burke, they're like, hey, where does snow come from? And then he says, or where does lightning come from? They're like, doesn't it come from the sky? Thank you.
Yeah, he goes through the whole, because he's a Harvard guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Classic.
4th and 3. And I didn't see what happened because I can't see through the window now because the rain is all over it. A bad snap. Did he drop it when he tried to kick it? And it's going to be Tech Tigers ball. 1st and goal from the 7. Must have dropped the snap and just fallen on it.
I'm not sure. It looked like maybe a mishandled snap.
Can you see what's going on out there?
I can't see real well. I'm in the split part of the screen here, but
yeah, the rain is making things difficult.
The punt block was certainly on. I don't think they got the punt block though.
1:11 to play here. The Tigers trying to come up with a score as they trail by 22. They run up the middle, and it is not a touchdown. I thought he was going to get in. He stopped a couple of yards short. It looked like he was closer to the goal line. Again, the rain is making things difficult to see through our window here in the press box, and the crowd starting to shuffle out. We're inside a minute to play. That much I can tell you. Hand off to Fedema. He cuts inside a tackle and gets into the end zone. Forces his way as he got into a struggle with a defender and gets into the end zone. Makes it 50-34 with 42 seconds to play.
Just always that second effort out of Fedema. It's 50-34. Like, guys in my high school probably would have quit by now. This guy doesn't quit.
Tigers, and they're not going to let it go until the final gun sounds. They're calling timeouts and trying to extend things here, and they're cut it to 16, trying to cut it to 14 with a 2-point conversion here. 4 wide for Trevick. Direct snap to Fedema, right up the middle, and he's hit. Tried to struggle into the end zone, over the pile, and he will not get in. He's pushed back out over the 5-yard line. So it remains 50-34 on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. 42 seconds to play. We'll keep it right here. Kickoff coming up here, and Tigers will probably, well, I shouldn't say they probably onside kick it because they didn't last time, so we'll see what they do. They trail by 16 with 42 seconds to go. Again, we'll have the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show following the game here. And before we finish up, we'll have an All-Star Trophy and Awards player of the game, make everyone feel like a champion. All-Star Trophy and Awards during the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show. Bradshaw and Bryant seeking justice for the injured.
I don't think it'll be all that hard to figure out who we're going to go for our All-Star Trophy player, but you know, we can give like an honorable mention towards Tech. It's a couple seniors that just don't give up, man. I appreciate it. Games like this, as a fan, as a broadcaster, as anything, as somebody just standing on the sidelines, as a guy, say you're a sophomore standing on the sidelines, just waiting for your turn. You're seeing these seniors give everything they possibly got when you're down 3 scores. Like that's phenomenal. That's what you want out of your team. They have a bunch of leaders. It's just not coming together for 4 quarters yet. We need 4 quarters out of St. Cloud Tech. Like even their Apollo victory, they didn't give us 4 full quarters.
It is an onside kick right up the gut. Grabbed by, looks like Blake Holscher at the 45. So Alexandria will just be able to kneel it out here with 42 seconds to go. Ball at the 45. And even though the rain coming down, the wind blowing, doesn't seem like anybody's in a hurry to end this one for some reason. The offense for the Alexandria Cardinals jogs back onto the field.
As you can hear the wind whipping through the window now. Rain's coming down
weird.
pretty heavy.
Getting a little weird out here. They're in victory formation are the Cardinals. They'll kneel it out here. And they'll start heading home. Few people still left in the stands. I'm not sure what they're doing.
They love football, Barry Hine.
I would ask each and every one of them, what are you doing? What did we get?
Tech just called a timeout.
Oh, no. The crowd does not appreciate it.
Hey, it's John Benson, man. He's not going to give up ever.
He likes the rain, apparently. So 2nd and 12 coming up.
This is when he looks at his team and tells them, this is, you know, let's do this together. We're a team. We're not running around. I love his enthusiasm. I'm not so certain I love this kind of thing, but this is the kind of coach he is.
You know, when you lose, sometimes you'll get to practice and coach will make you run more. This might be punishment. Stay out in the rain more.
I don't know who or why he's punishing them.
No,
but,
I know. I'm just being weird.
I appreciate the weirdness.
Yeah. Another kneel down. And our Tech Tigers going to call another timeout.
They did.
They are.
The home crowd just, they can go home. I mean, they can go home if they want to.
And that is the last timeout for Tech.
Yeah.
31 seconds to go. And it is 3rd and about 15 or 14, 3rd and 14.
I'm not sure what you can gain from calling these timeouts right now, but it's got to be one of those team things where he's talking to him right now. You did this. You did this to us. We're gonna suffer together. We're a team. We're gonna finish it out.
And here's what should be the final kneel down of the ball game, back at about the 40. And the clock is running. That is going to do it. 50-34, the final on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. We will take a final break, and that takes us to the Bradshaw and Bryant Law Office postgame show. We will pick an All-Star Trophy and Awards Player of the Game when we come back as well. 50-34, the final. Alexandria wins on their home field against the Tech Tigers. You are listening to high school football on the KNSI Sports Network. Bradshaw and Bryant, Law Office post-game show here on the KNSI Sports Network. Thanks for joining us tonight. 50-34 the final on the Nelson Brothers scoreboard. Justin Ekstrom, final stats.
Well, one stat that sticks out, astronomical. We got Nolan Moracle, number 5 from Alexandria Cardinals. He had 22 carries for 293 yards and 3 touchdowns. Those touchdowns came from 40 yards out, 73 yards out, and he had a 6-yard touchdown. At one time,
on that 6-yarder.
Yeah, at one time he had 2 straight touches of a 40-yard touchdown and a 73-yard touchdown. That was the second to last touch he had of the entire game.
It's pretty good.
That was basically the nail in the coffin. The big one for me was his 13-yard run on 3rd down, where he was basically stopped. It was 3rd and 13, or it was 3rd and 10, and he had a 13-yard touch or a 13-yard first down, basically sealed it. And then that was it for Tech. For Tech, though, like I know I've said this quite a bit, but Nate Trevick, Troy Fedema, Kedrick Oswara, I'm not sure what Kedrick Oswara, he had 27 yards in the second half. I don't know what was happening there. I don't know if he was dealing with some kind of injury where they were just kind of resting him. I'm not sure. The game was not out of hand. You need your best guy to have the ball. Troy Fedema, no quitting that guy. He ended up with, I had it right here. Fedema ended with 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. Respectable.
Really good night.
A lot of it was just tough running. Tough running for him. And, and then Nate Trevick, too. Like, combined, he had 145 yards. He had the 1 touchdown running, 1 touchdown passing, 2-point conversion running, 2-point conversion passing. There's no quitting these guys. And it's just, when I was doing prep work this morning, I knew Alexandria was tough. I just didn't realize how tough they actually were, and they showed us tonight. They are a very good team, and that Section 8 5A playoffs is going to be something that, it's not technically something that we follow a lot, like some of these teams like Alexandria, Bemidji, Brainerd, all those. But it's one that a lot of people should keep an eye on.
Absolutely. And so is that it for the stats? Or we have
that's
stats?
I can start adding a few more things up.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure we have
Kristen Hoskins. Kristen Hoskins from Alexandria. He had 105 yards receiving, 41-yard touchdown. Second half, they didn't really have to pass the ball much. They had everything set up. They just run.
So who would our All-Star Trophy and Awards player of the game be?
Mine would go to Nolan Moracle.
Okay.
If you wanted like a morale booster, I'd say Troy Fedema. If you want to go with the home team, like honorable mention, something like that. But Nolan Moracle, if you're averaging like 17 yards a carry, you might have to be player of the game.
Absolutely.
22 carries, 293 yards, 3 touchdowns.
It's a good night.
It's a pretty good night. We've seen Kedrick Oswara have good nights too. So you can do what you want, but Nolan Moracle's got to be our guy.
And he's the All-Star Trophy and Award player of the game, and 2 regular season games left, Justin Ekstrom. 2. One next Friday night, both home for Tech, and they'll be hosting Moorhead next Friday night, and then we'll have, like you said, the 6-day layoff, and then they'll do the Wednesday game before the playoff against Brainerd on the following Wednesday. But next Friday night, we'll be back here with the streaming game of the week on KNSIRadio.com. You and I believe, right?
Yep, it'll be us.
And we'll be back at Tech, home game for Tech, the next 2, and they'll need to come up with a couple of wins and avoid that maybe scary situation in the playoffs you were talking about a little bit during the broadcast.
What they have now, they're solid in like a 4 seed. A 5 seed. They're looking at something that's going to be
trying to get you to look at the camera.
Sorry.
Right now.
Sorry about that. So I'm not much of a camera guy usually, but this is the thing. They could have 4 or 5 straight home games now, and a win for here would have put them in about a 3 seed spot. Now you're in a 4 seed where you might face a team like Elk River in the second round. That's not ideal.
So we'll see what happens next Friday night if they can start that run with a win at home against Moorhead back at Tech High School. We'll
winnable. It's a winnable game.
Right here, streaming game of the week. Next Friday night, 6:50, Northwest Partners pregame starts right here on KNSIRadio.com. We hope you'll join us.